a weighted average based data interpretation set from the previous year CAT paper. A very important set. Every candidate preparing for CAT 2020 must do this set, must understand the concept behind this particular set. You need to understand the concept of weighted average, and you can solve all the question of this set in a very short span of time if you are good with the knowledge of the concept, right? Not just the formulas of weighted average. If you exactly know what exactly is the meaning of the weighted average, right, you can do this set without using any formulas, without making any equations, and in a very short time. So first we will discuss the concept. आपको मैं फर्स्ट कॉन्सेप्ट का डिस्कशन आपके साथ कॉन्सेप्ट का डिस्कशन करूंगा, राइट, सो दैट आपको पूरा वेटेड एवरेज का बेसिक नॉलेज जो है आपको समझ में आ जाए, राइट. इंस्ट्रक्शन पार्ट में हम इसका डिस्कशन करेंगे एंड देन वी विल मूव ऑन टू द क्वेश्चन एंड यू विल सी दैट हाउ द ट्रिक्स कैन हेल्प यू इन सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चंस ऑफ वेटेड एवरेज. ओके, alright, so let's learn what is this shortcut approach, right? How can we solve the question even without using formulas and equations and everything? Here is it. Here is the first set. These are the instruction, right? Question says a health drink company's R&D department is trying to make a various diet formulation. I hope you can read the instruction part. So R&D department है, एक drinks को formulation, diet formulation के हिसाब से उनको कुछ drinks बनानी है which can be used for specific purposes, right? It is considered a choice of 5 alternative ingredients. So OPQRS are the ingredients mentioned over here which can be used in different proportion in the formulation. So आप इसको किसी भी proportion में use करके अपना desired specific drink जो है, जो भी आपको diet बनाना है आप बना सकते हो. The table below gives the composition of these ingredients. So this is a table where the composition of these ingredients is mentioned. That means if I'm looking at the ingredient O, look at this ingredient O. इस ingredient O के अंदर 50% carbohydrate है, 30% protein है, 10% fat, 10% mineral. What is the meaning of it? For example, let's say कि मैंने कोई diet बनाने के लिए O का 200 ग्राम use किया. If I'm using a 200 gram of ingredient A, 50% is carbohydrate. That means in this 200 gram will be in the diet that I will be using, that I will be making. So O की वजह से 100 ग्राम carbohydrates आएंगे, 30% protein. That means 30% of 200 is 60 gram would be protein, right? 10% is 20 gram will be fat, and 10 gram that will be 20 gram will be minerals, right? Now, let's say I'm making a drink just for your better understanding of the concept weighted average. If I'm making a drink with O and P, right? Let's say कि मैंने P का 300 ग्राम लिया, right? If I'm taking 300 gram of P, so what will be the carbohydrates I will be having, right? From the P, 300 gram में 80% carbohydrates हैं. That means 240 grams are the carbohydrates. 20% are the protein. 20% is the protein. That means 60 per gram would be protein. Zero fat. 0 gram is fat. Okay. And 0 mineral, that means 0% is mineral. 0 is mineral, 0 gram is mineral. Now, if I ask you कि O and P का, O का 200 gram लिया, P का 300 gram लिया, so what will be the carbohydrate percentage that you will be having? Many of you will do this mistake कि यार 50% carbohydrate यहाँ से आएगा, 80% carbohydrate यहाँ से आएगा, total 130% carbohydrate हो गया. That will be wrong, right? Total composition अपने आप का 100% है, right? So 100 से कम आंसर आना चाहिए. Okay, many of you might do this mistake. Okay, दो ingredient को mix किया तो 50% यहाँ से, 80% यहाँ से, 130 का average out किया, 65% will be the carbohydrate. That is also wrong. The reason is you are not combining O and B in equal proportion. You are taking 200 gram of O and taking 300 gram of P. That means the composition O and B, right? O and B as an ingredients are used in the ratio of 2:3. That means for every 2 unit of O, I'm using 3 unit of P, right? So if I want to find out कि O and P को 2:3 में combine करने पे carbohydrate का percentage कितना बनेगा, all you need to know is how to make an equal distribution. How to make an equal distribution का meaning ये है कि 2 यूनिट के अंदर तो 50% कार्बोहाइड्रेट पड़ा हुआ है, राइट? एंड देन देयर आर 3 यूनिट जिसके अंदर 80% कार्बोहाइड्रेट पड़ा हुआ है. यस और नो? 2 units with 50% carbohydrates, 3 units with 80% carbohydrate. When they will be combined, the complete carbohydrate will be distributed equally among all these 5 units. So 2 carbohydrates, 52 units of carbohydrate with 50%, that is total 100% carbohydrate. 3 units with 80% carbohydrate, total 240% carbohydrates. Add them up and divide it equally among all these 5 units. So you will have 340% carbohydrate distributed over 5 units. This will give you 68% carbohydrate. This is a one way to find out that if I'm combining O and P in the ratio of 2:3, the resultant value will have a 68% carbohydrate, right? And even the better method of finding the carbohydrate percentage is to use the equal distribution concept that says that if I'm taking 2 units of O and I'm taking 3 units of P, and if I'm combining them, finding the final percentage of carbohydrates mean I want to find out कि 1 यूनिट के ऊपर कार्बोहाइड्रेट कितना पड़ा हुआ है, 1 यूनिट के ऊपर. यहाँ 2 यूनिट के ऊपर कार्बोहाइड्रेट 50 यूनिट्स है, 3 यूनिट के ऊपर कार्बोहाइड्रेट 80 यूनिट्स है. यू सी दैट अगर 2 यूनिट्स पे 50 कार्बोहाइड्रेट है, 50%, एंड 3 यूनिट्स के ऊपर 80% कार्बोहाइड्रेट है, कैन आई से कि इन दोनों का जो रिजल्टेंट, इन दोनों को कंबाइन करने से, इस रेशियो में कंबाइन करने से जो भी ड्रिंक बनेगा उसका मिनिमम कार्बोहाइड्रेट का जो परसेंटेज होगा वो 50 तो डेफिनेटली होगा. व्हाई 50? बिकॉज 2 यूनिट पे 50 है, 3 यूनिट पे 80 है, मिनिमम वैल्यू इज 50, तो 50 तो डेफिनेटली है, राइट. व्हाट इज द एक्स्ट्रा परसेंटेज ऑफ कार्बोहाइड्रेट दैट यू हैव इन दीज 3 यूनिट? ये 3 यूनिट पे एक्स्ट्रा कार्बोहाइड्रेट जो है वो 30% है. यू सी दैट 50 से कितना एक्स्ट्रा? 30 इंटू 3 कितना हुआ? 90%. ये 90% को 5 यूनिट्स में डिवाइड करूंगा इक्वली, तो every unit will have 18% more carbohydrates. So on an average 50 plus 18, that means 68% carbohydrates आपको मिलेगा. You'll have 68% carbohydrates in total when you combine O and P in the ratio of 2:3, right? हर यूनिट के ऊपर 68%, right? Similarly इसको 2:3 कमाने से मेरे को प्रोटीन का कितना परसेंटेज मिलेगा? Again, you are combining 2 units with 30% protein with 3 units of 20% protein. So overall per unit का परसेंटेज देखना है. 2 यूनिट पे 30%, 3 यूनिट पे 20, इनको कंबाइन करके 1 यूनिट में अगर मुझे फाइंड आउट करना है तो व्हाट विल बी द फाइनल परसेंटेज ऑफ प्रोटीन आई हैव? व्हाट विल आई डू? आई कीप द वैल्यू बैलेंस एट 20%. मिनिमम 20% तो है, राइट? सो एक्स्ट्रा जो यहाँ पे 10% है, एक्स्ट्रा 10% ऑन 2 यूनिट्स. 20 से कितना एक्स्ट्रा? 10 कितने यूनिट्स पे? 2 यूनिट्स पे, तो 20% एक्स्ट्रा, राइट? दैट विल बी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड इक्वली अमंग 5 यूनिट्स. तो इनको 2:3 में कंबाइन करने पे जो प्रोटीन का परसेंटेज आएगा दैट वुड बी 24%. दैट वुड बी 24%. ओके, इनको 2:3 में कंबाइन करने पे फैट का परसेंटेज, यू सी दैट 2 यूनिट्स हैं 10% फैट के साथ, 3 यूनिट है 0% फैट वाले. तो व्हाट वी आर सपोज्ड टू डू इज कि ये 10% 2 यूनिट पे है तो टोटल हुआ 20%. इसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है 5 यूनिट में, तो रिजल्टेंट डाइट के अंदर जो फैट का परसेंटेज आएगा दैट वुड बी 4%, राइट? सिमिलरली हियर अगेन इफ आई वांट टू फाइंड आउट द मिनरल परसेंटेज, मिनिमम 10% है, 10% है 2 यूनिट्स के ऊपर, 0% है 3 यूनिट के ऊपर, टोटल हुआ 20%. इट विल बी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड इक्वली among all the 5 units, so total you will have 4% mineral in the resultant diet. So total आपको 4% mineral मिलेगा. So 2:3 में combine करने पे 68% will be the carbohydrate, 24% will be the protein, 4% will be the fat percentage, and 4% will be the mineral percentage, right? This is the basic weighted average concept. What is the meaning of the weight here? Let me tell you here. See that when I'm combining 2 units of O with the 3 units of P, let me just clear the space here. So see that when I'm combining 2 units of O with 3 units of P, the word weight means that this percentage of carbohydrate that we have in ingredient O, the weight of this carbohydrate is 2 units. Weight means the number of units that you are taking from this ingredient, right? Here 80% is a carbohydrate present in P, ingredient P. If I'm taking 3 units of that, then 3 will be called as a weight of this average. This is the average of carbohydrate. This is the average of carbohydrate in O. This is the average of carbohydrates in P, right? and the number of units that you are taking is 3. That means the weight of this carbohydrate is 3 unit, weight of this carbohydrate is 2 unit. So these ratios in which you are combining are called as weight, right? तो 50 का वेट दो 50 का कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स दो वेट पे पड़ा हुआ है, दैट इज 100% कार्बोहाइड्रेट. 80% का कार्बोहाइड्रेट 3 वेट के ऊपर पड़ा है, दैट इज 240. इसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया हमने 5 यूनिट्स पे, सो 340 बाई 5, रिजल्टेंट कार्बोहाइड्रेट आ गया हमारे पास 68%. आप ऐसे करो, या फिर 50 का बैलेंस लेके 50 को बैलेंस करके 50 मिनिमम है, एक्स्ट्रा जो 30 है उसके 3 यूनिट को 5 यूनिट्स में डिवाइड किया, so total आ गया 68%. In any way you can do this, right? So this is a basic of weighted average, and if you apply this basic knowledge in the questions which have been asked from this set, तो आप questions को बहुत easily, बहुत जल्दी और बहुत अच्छे से question को solve कर सकते हो बिना equations बनाए, और बहुत जल्दी mentally आप question जो है easily solve हो जाएंगे. Now let's look at the question here. So I have kept the table here so that we don't need to move forward, right? Backward and forward, right? Here's the table, and this is the question that was asked in the previous year set of CAT, in the previous year paper of CAT. Question 1 says, the company is planning to launch a balanced diet required for the growth need of the adolescent children, and this diet must contain at least 30% each of carbohydrate. So company is looking for a diet formulation, right, where the minimum percentage of carbohydrate required is 30%. That means जो carbohydrate का percentage होना चाहिए वो minimum 30% होना चाहिए, okay? And protein, 30% of carbohydrate as well as protein. That means protein भी जो होने चाहिए वो minimum 30% होना चाहिए. Minimum protein should also be 13%. No more than 25% fat. The minimum value of fat. The minimum value of fat. No more than fat. No more than 25%. That means fat जो होना चाहिए वो 25% से कम होना चाहिए, okay? And at least 5% mineral, और mineral का जो percentage होना चाहिए वो minimum 5% होना चाहिए, 5 से ज़्यादा होना चाहिए, right? 5 या 5 से ज़्यादा. Which one of the following combination of equally mixed? The important word here is equally mixed ingredient. That means जो भी ingredients आप combine कर रहे हो दोनों का weight जो आपको लेना है that has to be same. Or you can say the number of units that you are combining of any two ingredients that has to be same. That means if I am taking 1 unit of O, तो मेरे को P का भी सामने 1 unit लेना पड़ेगा. Equally mixed, right? Same weight. तो कौन सा feasible होगा? You see that? OPQRS आपको दिया हुआ है. The first condition that you should look for, is that the fat has to be less than 25%, and mineral should be greater than equal to 5%, and it should be equally combined. Okay, equally आपको combine करना. Fat का value 25% से ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. Fat जो है 25%. So you just pick any option right here जिसको आप cross check कर सको. If you look at first option O and P, अगर मैं O and P को combine करता हूँ, you see that O and P can straight away be eliminated based on the fact that the protein in O is 30% and protein in P is 20%. 30 plus 20, 50%. 50% protein when will be averaged out on 2 units, it will become 25%. आप 30% और 20% को combine करोगे तो जो protein बनेगा वो 25% बनेगा. The minimum requirement of the protein is 30%. So can I eliminate option 1? Yes, this will be eliminated. What about R and S? R and S, you see that 50% carbohydrates, again straight away eliminated, total 50%. 1 unit of R, 1 unit of S, total 50% carbohydrate distributed equally among 2 units will give me 25% carbohydrates. I need 30% minimum carbohydrates, eliminated. P and S, look at P and S, okay? Carbohydrate, you can see that is getting satisfied minimum, right? This is also getting satisfied. Fat is also getting satisfied. Mineral, 0% and 5% mineral. 0% and 5% mineral when combined equally, right, on 2 units, this will give you 2.5% mineral. I need 5% mineral. This is giving me 2.5. P and S will be eliminated. Q and R. So let me just clear the space here. Okay, so I'll read this information from here, right? Okay, anyways, let it be. Q and R. Q and R, you see that straight away eliminate it. 10 plus 5, 15% carbohydrate. Carbohydrate, 15% carbohydrate when distributed equally on 2 units, this will give me 7.5%. Eliminate it. O and S, 50 plus 45, 95 by 2. It would be more than 30. 30 plus 50, 80 by 2. It will be more than 30. 10 plus 0, 10 over 2, 5%. It will be less than 25. Satisfied. 10 plus 5, 15% mineral over 2 unit, 15 by 2, 7.5. It is greater than 5. Every condition is getting satisfied in the case of option number 5, that is O and S, and that is the answer of the question. Fifth option is the answer, right? Right. So you see that question might seem complex to you. If you haven't solved this type of set, it will be really difficult for you how to approach this one, but it becomes very easy if you know the basics, right? Equally mixed ingredient make this question quite easy, and you should know if the ingredients are equally mixed, how to find out the final average. It's just a simple average, add them up and divide by 2, right? The problem comes when it is not equally mixed ingredients. So there are 3 more questions on this set which we will be doing in the upcoming videos. So I have explained the basic concept here of the complete weighted average, and the first question is also covered. So in the next video, we'll do more question. The question number 2, 3, 4 will be discussed in the upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel and share it with all of your friends. Now this is the second question. Every question of this set will give you a new learning, right? हर क्वेश्चन के साथ आप एक नया कंसेप्ट सीखोगे वेटेड एवरेज का. बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, and this is an actual CAT paper question, and if you know the basic concept of weighted average, you can solve this question in 10 seconds. I'm not talking about the formula. To solve these type of question, you don't need the formulas of weighted average. If you know the formula of weighted average, you will not be able to solve the question. But yes, if you have the basic knowledge of weighted average, the conceptual knowledge of weighted average, then you can solve this without using pen and paper, right? So shortcuts are not created just because of formulas, they are created out of the concepts, right? So अगर आपको concepts आते हैं तो फिर आप shortcut कहीं भी use कर सकते हो, automatically shortcut बन जाएंगे. You see that here in this question. Let's read the question. For a recuperating patient, the doctor recommended a diet containing 10% mineral and at least 30% protein. In how many different ways can we prepare this diet by mixing at least 2 ingredients? The catch here in this question is that I want to mix 2 or 3 ingredients, but I have to mix at least 2 ingredients to make a diet which contain exactly 10% mineral and at least 30% protein. Now someone who know the concept of weighted average, someone who did not crammed up the formula of weighted average and know the actual theoretical knowledge and the meaning of the word weighted average, that person can straight away answer this question. That person's thought process would be like this, कि मेरे को मिनरल 10% चाहिए, तो जो भी 2 इंग्रेडिएंट या 3 इंग्रेडिएंट मुझे कंबाइन करने हैं, उनका मिनरल परसेंटेज जो होना चाहिए, that should be minimum 10%. Why it should be minimum 10%? That's a theoretical concept which I'll explain to those students जिनको नहीं पता है. तो वो देखेगा कि मिनरल 10% तभी मिल सकता है जिन इंग्रेडिएंट्स को कंबाइन करने पे दोनों के अंदर मिनिमम परसेंटेज ऑफ मिनरल 10% होना चाहिए. There is only one possible combination which is of O and Q. So the answer is one option. आप 2, 3, 4, 5 जितने भी इंग्रेडिएंट्स कंबाइन करना चाह रहे हो वो तब तक पॉसिबल नहीं होगा अगर किसी इंग्रेडिएंट के अंदर मिनरल का परसेंटेज 10 से कम है, तो आपका एवरेज 10 पे बैलेंस नहीं हो सकता है. तो एवरेज को 10 पे बैलेंस करने के लिए आपको मिनिमम परसेंटेज ऑफ मिनरल रिक्वायर्ड वुड बी 10%. सो देयरफॉर बिकॉज देयर आर ओनली 2 इंग्रेडिएंट्स, सो आंसर इज 1. नाउ अब कैसे है, क्यों ऐसा होना चाहिए, वो कंसेप्ट की बात है, वो मैं अभी आपको एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ. Now let's look at the concept. Let me give you the theoretical knowledge, the conceptual knowledge of that weighted average, right? Last question में भी मैंने explain किया था, but इसमें different angles से मैं आपको explain करूँगा. You see that? Let's say कि एक section A है, there's a section A, और उस section A के अंदर 2 बच्चे हैं, that 2 students, right? Now every student in class A has an average number of 10 chocolates. That means हर बच्चे के पास 10 चॉकलेट है. Every student has 10 chocolates. there is another class B which have 3 students and every student in the class have let's say 5 chocolate. अब मेरे को इन दोनों क्लासेस को कंबाइन करना है, तो कंबाइन करके नया एवरेज निकालना है. जिस बच्चे को ये पता है कि एवरेज इज एन इक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ टोटल वैल्यू, तो वो क्या करेगा, सारी चॉकलेट्स को इन पांचों बच्चों में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेगा. हर बच्चे को सेम लेवल पे लेके आना है. दैट नंबर जो सभी बच्चों के पास अवेलेबल होगा, दैट नंबर ऑफ चॉकलेट विल बी कॉल्ड एज अ वेटेड एवरेज ऑफ फाइनल एवरेज ऑफ द कंबाइंड सेक्शन ऑफ ए एंड बी. एवरेज हम उसको बोलेंगे, बिकॉज एवरेज का मीनिंग यही होता है दैट यू टेक द कंप्लीट वैल्यू एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट इक्वली अमंग ऑल द नंबर ऑफ पर्सन्स. नाउ थिंक लॉजिकली, यहाँ पे हर बच्चे के पास 10 चॉकलेट है, यहाँ हर बच्चे के पास 5 चॉकलेट है. मेरे को सबको सेम लेवल पे लेके आना, तो मैं क्या करूंगा कि मैं वैल्यू को 5 पे बैलेंस करूंगा, राइट. सबके पास मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ चॉकलेट्स है 5 चॉकलेट सबको दे दिया. एंड यू सी दैट यहाँ पे 2 बच्चों के पास 5 से एक्स्ट्रा चॉकलेट है 5, राइट. 5 पे हमने बैलेंस किया, यहाँ पे हर बच्चे के पास 10 चॉकलेट है. सो आई हैव 5 एक्स्ट्रा चॉकलेट among these 2 students. So these chocolates will be distributed equally among all the 5 persons. So my new average will be 5 chocolate plus 2, that is 7 chocolate, right. या फिर आप ये कर सकते हो कि 10 पे सबको बैलेंस करो और ये 3 बच्चों के पास 5 चॉकलेट्स कम है, तो 3 बच्चों के पास 5 का डिक्रीमेंट है, तो इसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करो टोटल 5 के अंदर, राइट. सो यू सी दैट वैल्यू 10 में से माइनस होके आएगा बट 5 में प्लस होके आएगा. दैट मीन्स अगर मैं 5 की एवरेज और 10 की एवरेज को किसी भी रेशो में कंबाइन करूं, माय रिजल्टेंट एवरेज विल बी मोर देन 5 बट इट विल बी लेस देन 10. सो माय आंसर विल बी बिटवीन 5 एंड 10. तो इज इट पॉसिबल कि 10 की वैल्यू को 5 के साथ कंबाइन करके आप 10% का कंटेंट बना दो? नहीं पॉसिबल है, राइट. अगर मिनरल 10% है और सेकेंड वाले इंग्रेडिएंट में 5% है, तो वैल्यू 5 और 10 के बीच में रहेगा. 5 से डेफिनेटली प्लस आएगा, 10 से डेफिनेटली माइनस में आएगा. एग्जैक्टली 10% मिनरल इज नॉट पॉसिबल इन दिस केस, राइट. सो स्ट्रेट अवे आपको देख के ही, ये कॉलम देख के ही पता लग जाएगा. जिस बच्चे को एक्चुअल में वेटेड एवरेज का मीनिंग पता है, he will get to know there is only one possible combination and that combination is O and Q, राइट. इसके अलावा 10% मिनरल नहीं आएगा. कुछ बच्चों में ये डाउट आएगा कि यार 2 से नहीं हो सकता, तो 3 को कंबाइन करें. तो आप देखो 3 को कंबाइन करके भी कैसे हो जाएगा. थिंक लॉजिकली, राइट. लेट मी गिव यू व्हाई इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर 3 इंग्रेडिएंट्स. लेट्स से देयर इज अ सेक्शन ए, 2 बच्चे हैं उसके अंदर. सेक्शन बी, उसके अंदर लेट्स से 3 बच्चे हैं. देयर इज अ सेक्शन सी, लेट्स से उसके अंदर 5 स्टूडेंट्स हैं, या 1 स्टूडेंट ले लो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. व्हाटएवर नंबर स्टूडेंट्स यू वांट टू टेक. यहाँ पे हर बच्चे के पास 10 चॉकलेट, यहाँ पे हर बच्चे के पास 10 और यहाँ पे 5. तो आप क्या करोगे? 10 5 को कंबाइन करोगे तो यू विल केप द वैल्यू बैलेंस एट 10 पे मैंने बैलेंस कर दिया सबको. ओके, इनके पास तो 10 चॉकलेट है, इनके पास भी 10 है, बट यू सी दैट देयर इज अ 1 स्टूडेंट हियर हु हैज 5 लेस चॉकलेट. तो ये 5 का डिक्रीमेंट क्रिएट करेगा एवरेज के अंदर. दिस पर्सन हैज 5 लेस चॉकलेट, तो इसकी जो 5 चॉकलेट्स कम है वो आएंगी कहाँ से? वो इन सब बच्चों से इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करोगे, तो 5 का डिक्रीमेंट होगा एवरेज में ओवर द वैल्यू ऑफ 6. तो मेरा नया एवरेज 9 1/6 आएगा. सी दैट I can get an average of 9 1/6, but it's not possible to reach to the average of 10. In fact, it is also possible to get an average of 9.9, but it's not possible. By increasing the ratio, by increasing the weight of these two sections, you can reach to the average of 9.9. But reaching to the average of 10 means you need to make it 0. अब इसको 0 करोगे तो ये 10-10 वाला, तो फिर तो एक ही कॉम्बिनेशन बना ना, 3 तो नहीं बने. इसको तो 0 कर दिया आपने, राइट. So therefore only one combination is possible. I hope you can connect this concept with the weighted average, right? Equal distribution और weighted average में कोई difference नहीं है, right? Average word का meaning है total value को equally distribute करना. So वो आपको आना चाहिए, चाहे यहाँ पे different weights हो, यहाँ पे 1 student हो या 5-10 students हो, जितने भी हो, right? आपको एक sense आना चाहिए question का कि हाँ इनको combine करके 5 से plus आएगा value, 10 से कम आएगा. 10 नहीं हो सकता है. Question का condition is mineral should exactly be 10%, right? Mineral should exactly be 10%. So only one combination of O and Q is possible. So answer is straight away 1. See, this was a question of previous year CAT paper. A very important question. बहुत साल पहले आया था. Repeat हो सकता है सर. Definitely आना चाहिए. Concept repeat हो सकता है. As it is question हो सकता है नहीं है. But concept can definitely be asked again in the CAT exam. Thank you so much for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel, share it with all of your friends, right, to get access to all of my videos, right. Let them watch all those videos, right, who are preparing for CAT and other MD entrance exam. And in this video, I'll be discussing the question number 3 of the weighted average set. A very important question, the tricky one, and you will end up wasting a lot of time in solving this question if you do not follow the conceptual shortcut approach. Okay, so I'll tell you the conceptual shortcut approach of this question. Without doing any calculation, you can solve this question, right? Without using any formulas. I hope till now, after watching the first 2 videos, you must have got the basic concept, the basic knowledge of weighted average. So let's apply that knowledge here in question number 3. The question is saying, which among the following is the formulation having the lowest cost per unit? The important point that you need to underline here is the question is asking you for the lowest cost per unit. एक unit सबसे lowest होना चाहिए. For a diet having 10% fat आपको 10% चाहिए, exactly 10%, not more than 10, not less than 10, exactly 10. And at least 30% protein, or the minimum percentage of protein required is 30%, at least 30%. So fat requirement is exactly 10%. Fat requirement is exactly 10%, and the protein requirement is at least 30. That means it should be greater than or equal to 30% protein. The diet has to be formed by mixing 2 ingredients. Diet जो है 2 ingredients को combine करके बनानी है आपको, right? And these are the options. So 3 points that you need to take here. Lowest cost per unit. One thing, keep this in mind. Fat 10%, exactly 10%. Protein 30%. Where should I go first? किस कॉलम में मुझे सबसे पहले देखना चाहिए? Fat का percentage exactly 10% चाहिए. Now look at this column. Fat should be exactly 10%. We have fat presence here, we have fat presence here, we have fat presence here, right? Look at the options. P and S does not have any fat. Can I eliminate straight away option 2? 0% fat वाले products बना के आप 10% का fat कहाँ से लाओगे? नहीं possible है. Second option eliminate हो जाएगा. Now these are the options I'm left with. Look at P and Q. P and Q, 0 and 50. Right? You see that? Protein का percentage 30 से ज़्यादा चाहिए. Look at these values, 20 और 30. एक क्लास के बच्चों के पास 20 चॉकलेट है, दिस सेकंड क्लास जिन बच्चों के पास 30 चॉकलेट्स है, दोनों को कंबाइन करूंगा तो 20 से प्लस वैल्यू आएगा, 30 से माइनस वैल्यू आएगा. द बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट दैट वी हैव लर्न इन द प्रीवियस सेशंस, राइट? कि 30 पे कभी भी नहीं पहुंच सकता, 30 से डेफिनेटली लेस होगा, बिकॉज यहाँ पे जितने भी नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स आप क्यू के लोगे, हर यूनिट पे 30 का वैल्यू होगा. whatever number of units you take for P, हर यूनिट पे 20 का वैल्यू है. एवरेज आउट करोगे 30 से वैल्यू माइनस होगी. एग्जैक्टली द सिमिलर कॉन्सेप्ट दैट वी डिड इन द क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, राइट? सो 20 से प्लस, 30 से माइनस. अगर आपने वहां पे सीखा ढंग से तो यहाँ पे आप डायरेक्टली उसको अप्लाई कर सकते हो कि P एंड Q विल ऑल्सो बी एलिमिनेटेड, राइट? तो आंसर इन तीनों ऑप्शन में से आएगा. P एंड R, Q एंड S, लुक एट इट. क्या? Okay, so I'm just eliminating, I'm erasing all this data, right? First 2 option has been eliminated just to make sure that you don't get confused, right? First 2 options हमने eliminate किया. Now you see that P and R, P and R, fat. क्या 0 और 40 को combine करके मैं 10% का fat लेके आ सकता हूँ? Yes. Ratio को manage करके 10% का fat तो आ जाएगा. कैसे आएगा? Just do this mental calculation कि 0% और 40% को कंबाइन करके मुझे फैट लेके आना है 10%, राइट? दैट मीन्स यहाँ पे हर यूनिट पे 30% का फैट लूज होगा और यहाँ पे हर यूनिट पे 10% का फैट अप होना चाहिए. नाउ यू सी दैट एवरेज में जब आप इक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करते हो तो वैल्यूज को बैलेंस करना है. यहाँ पे हर यूनिट 10% गेन पे है, यहाँ पे हर यूनिट 10% लूज कर रहा है. सो यहाँ से 30% लेके आप 10-10 करके बांटोगे तो कितने यूनिट से बढ़ेगा? 3 यूनिट. यहाँ का एक यूनिट से 30% लिया और यहाँ के 3 यूनिट में 30% बांटा. सो दैट मीन्स जब मैं इनको 3:1 में कंबाइन करूंगा तो मेरा फैट जो आएगा वो 10% आ जाएगा. नाउ यू सी दैट 3 यूनिट हेयर, 1 यूनिट हेयर, टोटल नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स आर 4 और मेरे को एटलीस्ट 30% प्रोटीन चाहिए. 4 यूनिट पे 30% प्रोटीन मिनिमम, दैट मीन्स टोटल प्रोटीन मेरे को 120% चाहिए. चल मी बच्चों, अगर मैंने P का 1 यूनिट लिया, राइट, सॉरी P का 3 यूनिट्स लिया और R का 1 यूनिट लिया तो मेरे को प्रोटीन मिलेगा 60% और यहाँ से प्रोटीन मिलेगा 50%. टोटल हो गया 110%. मुझे चाहिए 120%, क्या कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई हो रही है? नहीं हो रही है. ऑप्शन पी एंड आर विल ऑल बी एलिमिनेटेड, राइट? ऑप्शन पी एंड आर विल ऑल्सो बी एलिमिनेटेड, राइट? जो आप मेंटली भी देख के कर सकते थे कि 20% और 50%, राइट? 0 से 40 को 30 पे लेके आना है तो 3:1. 3:1 मतलब टोटल 4 यूनिट, मतलब टोटल 4 बच्चे हो गए, 4 स्टूडेंट्स हो गए सेक्शन के अंदर, और हर स्टूडेंट को 30 चॉकलेट्स देनी है, तो टोटल चॉकलेट 120 होनी चाहिए. यहाँ 3 बच्चों के पास 20 चॉकलेट है, मतलब 60 चॉकलेट्स यहाँ से आई. एक बच्चे के पास 50 चॉकलेट है, 110 चॉकलेट्स आई. 120 चाहिए, 110 चॉकलेट 120 नहीं मैच हो रहा है, राइट? सो पी एंड आर इज ऑल्सो एलिमिनेटेड. सो आई एम लेफ्ट विद ऑप्शन क्यू एंड एस. क्यू एंड एस, अब आपके पास ऑप्शन बचा. सो आई एम रिमूविंग दिस डेटा सो दैट यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड इट, राइट? Q and S, you see that. First of all, the question is asking us the lowest cost per unit, right? ये भी आपको एक चीज ध्यान देना है. Q and S, देखो बच्चों, Q and S को अगर मैं कंबाइन करता हूँ तो इसमें मिनिमम परसेंटेज 30 है, इसमें भी 50 है. 30 और 50 को कंबाइन करके वैल्यू हमेशा 30 से प्लस ही आने वाला है, राइट? इन वट एवर रेशियो यू कंबाइन इट, द प्रोटीन परसेंटेज विल बी 30 प्लस एंड लेस देन 50. 30 से प्लस आएगा, 50 से कम आएगा, मतलब प्रोटीन वाला कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई हो रहा है, यस हो रहा है. और फैट यहाँ पे 50 है, यहाँ 0 है, तो फैट वाला 10% वाला कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई हो जाएगा, यस. कोई ना कोई रेशियो डेफिनेटली एग्जिस्ट करेगा जिसके लिए 10% फैट वाला रेशियो कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई हो जाएगा. क्या मेरे को वो रेशियो निकालने का जरूरत है? नहीं निकालने का जरूरत. आपको सिर्फ देखना है कि कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई हो रही है, यस. क्यू एंड एस में सेटिस्फाई हो रही है. आर एंड एस में यू सी दैट आर के अंदर 50% प्रोटीन है और एस के अंदर 50% प्रोटीन है, तो 50 और 50 को किसी भी रेशियो में कंबाइन करो, 50 रहेगा. एक सेक्शन ए से बच्चे लिए जिनके पास 50 चॉकलेट है, सेक्शन बी से कुछ बच्चे लिए उनके पास भी 50 चॉकलेट है. जब ऑलरेडी सब 50 पे बैलेंस है, दैट मींस वैल्यू विल ऑलवेज बी बैलेंस एट 50. तो आर और एस के अंदर प्रोटीन वाला कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई हो रहा है, यस. फैट वाला 40 और 0 को किसी ना किसी रेशियो में कंबाइन करके 10 पे बैलेंस किया जा सकता है. किस रेशियो में कंबाइन करना पड़ेगा उसका जरूरत नहीं है आपको क्वेश्चन को आंसर करने के लिए. यू सी दैट इन दोनों ऑप्शन में आपका फैट और प्रोटीन का कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई हो रहा है. अब मुझे बताना है लीस्ट कॉस्ट, लोएस्ट कॉस्ट कहां पे आएगी. लुक एट द फर्स्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन वेयर द कॉस्ट इज मेंशन. कॉस्ट में आप देखो, यू सी दैट आर सबसे महंगा है. आर का एक यूनिट 500 रुपए का, क्यू का एक यूनिट 200 का, एस का एक यूनिट 100 का, पी 50 और 150 का. दिस इज द कॉस्ट, राइट? दिस इज द कॉस्ट मेंशन ओवर हियर. सो आप मुझे बताओ कि लास्ट दो ऑप्शन में अगर मेरे को लोएस्ट कॉस्ट पर यूनिट देखना है, यूज वी हैव जस्ट सीन आर का कॉस्टिंग है 500 रुपीज का, राइट? तो एस तो दोनों में ही है, एस इज इन द ऑप्शन 4 एज वेल एज ऑप्शन 5. आर का एक यूनिट 500 का, क्यू का एक यूनिट 500 से कम का है, राइट? जो भी है 200 300 जो भी है, राइट? सो कॉस्टिंग कम कहाँ पे आएगी? यहाँ पे कॉस्ट ज्यादा है, आर का एक यूनिट ज्यादा महंगा है. सो कैन आई स्ट्रेट अवे गो फॉर द ऑप्शन 4? यस, ऑप्शन 4 विल बी द आंसर ऑफ द क्वेश्चन. बिना कैलकुलेशन किए आप क्वेश्चन को आंसर कर सकते हो. ओके, लेट मी ऑल्सो टेल यू सम मोर कॉन्सेप्ट्स हियर कि अगर मुझे फाइंड आउट करना है कि क्यू एंड एस को किस रेशियो में कंबाइन करना पड़ेगा तो आप उसका रेशियो भी फाइंड आउट कर सकते हो. लेट मी टेल यू किस रेशियो में आपको फाइंड आउट करना पड़ेगा. सी दैट इन क्यू एंड एस, राइट? लुक एट Q and S. If I look at the option Q and S, you see here, Q is having 50% fat and S is having 0% fat. 50% fat और 0% fat को मुझे 10% fat पे लेके आना है. That means value that is being lost here, right? यहाँ पे जो gain हो रहा है 10 का gain हो रहा है. यहाँ loss कितने का हो रहा है? 40 का. अब you see that एक क्लास से 40 चॉकलेट्स ली और 10-10 करके डिस्ट्रीब्यूट की. we will be discussing the question number 4, the last question of weighted average concept, and you will learn again one very very important trick, right? बहुत अच्छा ट्रिक आपको इस क्वेश्चन में भी सीखने को मिलेगा कि अगर रेशियोज दिया है क्वेश्चन में तो आप कैसे डायरेक्टली विदाउट ट्राइंग एवरी ऑप्शन क्वेश्चंस को कैसे जल्दी फाइंड आउट कर सकते हो, ऑप्शंस को जल्दी एलिमिनेट कैसे कर सकते हो, ऑप्शन टू ऑप्शन नहीं जाना है अगर मुझे, लेट्स से, एंड आई वांट टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चंस क्विकली, राइट, and I want to straight away eliminate some of the options, what trick you can use, see that again उसमें आपको conceptual knowledge weighted average का बहुत काम का रहेगा, it will be very useful. In what proportion P, Q and S should be mixed to make a diet having at least 60% carbohydrate? Now in this question it is already mentioned what are the ingredients that you are using. You are using the ingredient P, you are using the ingredient Q, and you are using the ingredient S. These are the only 3 ingredients you are supposed to use, and you want to make a diet with 60% carbohydrates. Carbohydrates at least 60%, right? Not exactly 60%, at least 60%, right? And these are the options that we have. Now, if you go with a normal approach, question becomes very lengthy. You end up wasting 5 to 6 minutes in solving the question, and you can solve it in 10 to 15 seconds. How? How can you solve this question in 10 to 15 seconds? See that. But first, you need to write down the carbohydrates, or just have a look at the carbohydrates in P, Q and S. You see that कि P के अंदर जो carbohydrates है बच्चों 80% carbohydrate है, Q के अंदर जो carbohydrates है बच्चों वो 10% carbohydrate है, S के अंदर कार्बोहाइड्रेट है 45%. Now you see that मेरे को कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स को 60% पे लेके आना है. That means 80 को 60 पे लेके आना है, 10 को भी 60 पे लाना है और 45 को भी 60 पे लाना है. Now this is a part of the question, right? It's not a part of solution. It's a part of question, right? Now you see that if I want to bring the 80% carbohydrates of P to at least 60%, तो मुझे कितना परसेंटेज यहाँ से कम करना है? 20%. ओके, यहाँ कितना गेन करना है? 10 से 60 पे लाना है बच्चों, 50 का गेन है. यहाँ कितना गेन है? 15% का गेन है. यू सी दैट एवरेज में जब हम वैल्यू को बैलेंस करते हैं तो गेन एंड लॉस दोनों सेम होना चाहिए, वैल्यू को बैलेंस करना पड़ेगा, राइट? सो टोटल गेन एंड टोटल लॉस शुड बी सेम. यू सी दैट -20 है यहाँ पे, यहाँ 50 + 15 है. So see that 50 + 15 मुझे प्लस करना है, राइट? इतना मुझे गेन करवाना है. तो टोटल गेन कितना का करवाना है? 65% का. एंड टोटल लॉस कितना है यहाँ पे? 1 यूनिट के अंदर 20% का, राइट? यू सी दैट 1 यूनिट में लॉस तो हो रहा है 20%, और यहाँ पे दोनों के एक यूनिट में जो गेन हो रहा है वो 65% का. बच्चों बताओ, अगर मुझे 65 चॉकलेट्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करनी है और एक बच्चे से मैं 20 चॉकलेट ले रहा हूँ, 65 मुझे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करनी है, तो इसके मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ यूनिट जो होंगे वो कितने होंगे बच्चों? इट हैज टू बी एट लीस्ट 4. अगर मैंने इसके 3 यूनिट लिए तो क्या हो जाएगा 65%? नहीं हो रहा है, 60% हो रहा है. मिनिमम 65% का गेन करवाना है. ये वाला जो बच्चा है जो 20 चॉकलेट के साथ है, इससे चॉकलेट लेनी है, जो 20 चॉकलेट दे रहा है, राइट? जो 20 चॉकलेट दे रहा है, जिसके पास 80 चॉकलेट है, जिसको आप 60 पे लेके आ रहे हो, मतलब ये आपको 20 चॉकलेट दे रहा है. इससे 20 चॉकलेट कितनी बारी लेनी पड़ेंगी, या फिर 20 चॉकलेट वाले कितने ऐसे जो बच्चे आपको 20 चॉकलेट दे रहे हैं, उसके कितने बच्चे आपको एटलीस्ट लेने पड़ेंगे कि मेरे पास 65 चॉकलेट्स एक साथ इकट्ठी हो जाए? 3 लेने से काम चलेगा नहीं, 3 बच्चे लूंगा तो 60 ही कलेक्ट करोगे. आपको कलेक्ट करनी है 65 देने के लिए, राइट? गेन करवाने के लिए. तो मिनिमम नंबर, राइट? ये चीज आपको ऑन द स्पॉट क्वेश्चन को रीड करते टाइम टेबल से ही आप एनालाइज कर सकते हो. That minimum number of unit which is losing the carbohydrate percentage should be at least 4. क्योंकि अगर 3 लिया, if you take this value as 3, तो फिर काम नहीं चलेगा. मिनिमम आपको 4 यूनिट लेना पड़ेगा. अगर 4 लेना पड़ेगा तो can I say these options are straight away eliminated? कि P का अगर रेशियो 4 से कम किया हुआ है बच्चों, if you are taking a value of P, राइट, इस रेशियोज में जिसमें P 4 से कम होगा, वो स्ट्रेट अवे एलिमिनेट हो जाएगा. नाउ यू विल बी लेफ्ट विद दीज 2 ऑप्शन, PQS 412 एंड 414. ये 2 ऑप्शंस बची, दोनों में 4 है, मतलब कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई हो जाएगी 60% कार्बोहाइड्रेट वाली. एक कंडीशन है लोएस्ट कॉस्ट पर यूनिट की. कॉस्ट मैंने यहाँ पे ब्रैकेट में लिखा हुआ, यू टेल मी नाउ. यहाँ पे आपने P के 4 यूनिट लिए, Q का 1 यूनिट लिया और S के 2 यूनिट लिए. यहाँ पे P का 4, Q का 1 और S का भी 1 यूनिट। तो यहाँ पे आप S का एक एक्स्ट्रा यूनिट ले रहे हो, तो जो भी एक्स्ट्रा यूनिट आप S का लोगे उस पर आपको 100 रुपीज एक्स्ट्रा स्पेंड करने पड़ेंगे, और वो 100 रुपीज एक्स्ट्रा जो मैं एवरेज ऐड करूंगा तो वो मेरी एवरेज कॉस्ट पर यूनिट को इंक्रीज करेगा या डिक्रीज करेगा? ऑब्वियसली इंक्रीज करेगा, बिकॉज अननेसेसरली आई एम स्पेंडिंग 100 रुपीज मोर हेयर ऑन S. So therefore I'll get the lowest cost per unit in the option number 5. Straight away you can answer the question that option number 5 will be the answer of the question, right? No need to apply any formula, no need to make any equations, right? Use the basic logic of weighted average, right? I have taken a lot of sessions on weighted average in special classes on Unacademy, right? So learn the complete concept from there. Otherwise through this set you must have got the idea कि weighted average के questions को equity distribution के concepts के आप कैसे easily solve कर सकते हो, right? So इस question का आंसर बनेगा बच्चों 5, right? So I hope you got the complete concept. Let me repeat it again for you. The minimum percentage, right? Question में दिया था carbohydrate 60%, minimum carbohydrate 60% आपको चाहिए। 80 से 60 तो 20% का लॉस हो रहा है, 10 से 60 50 का गेन, 45 से 60 15 का गेन, टोटल गेन 65 करवाना है, टोटल लॉस एक यूनिट से 20 हो रहा है। तो मिनिमम 65 की वैल्यू को बैलेंस करने के लिए मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ यूनिट जो मेरे को पी के चाहिए वो 4 चाहिए, तभी 65 से प्लस का गेन होगा, तभी इनमें मैं 65 का 50 और 15 का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करके इनको एटलीस्ट 60 पे लेके आ पाऊंगा, राइट? 60 से ऊपर कितना भी हो चलेगा, बट 60 से ऊपर होना चाहिए, 60 से नीचे नहीं होना चाहिए, राइट? So minimum number of units that you required for P. Why 4? Because 20 into 360 होता है, 20 into 360 मेरा रिक्वायरमेंट है 65 का, so minimum number of units I require will be more than 3, तो 3 से ज्यादा यूनिट चाहिए। तो जिनमें 3 से कम यूनिट है वो इसलिए उस ऑप्शंस को एलिमिनेट किया मैंने, फर्स्ट ऑप्शन, थर्ड ऑप्शन, फोर्थ ऑप्शन। ये दोनों में कॉस्ट कहाँ कम होगा? जहां पे नंबर ऑफ यूनिट एस के कम होंगे। क्यों? अननेसेसरली एक एक्स्ट्रा यूनिट आपकी कॉस्ट को इंक्रीज करेगा, राइट? सो देयरफॉर एक्स्ट्रा एस का एक यूनिट 100 रुपीज का आएगा, 2 यूनिट 200 के आएंगे। सो एक एक्स्ट्रा यूनिट अगर आप एस का ले रहे हो तो आपकी कॉस्ट को इंक्रीज करेगा, राइट? सो लोवेस्ट कॉस्ट पर यूनिट आपको ऑप्शन 5 में सेट बैठेगा। सो ऑप्शन 5 इज द आंसर ऑफ द क्वेश्चन। सी दैट? It's a very simple approach to answer these type of question. One of the best set, I would say, from the previous year CAT paper. Everybody should do it conceptually because this type of set can be repeated. Otherwise, the concept will help in a lot of questions, right? I will be uploading more videos on weighted average and the questions which have been asked from the concepts of average, right? From the previous year CAT paper, वो सारे set मैं आपको यहाँ पे discuss करने वाला हूँ. So follow the channel, share it with all of your friends, and click on the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell icons to get the notifications. In this video, we are going to discuss a multiple pie chart, a very important set. In multiple pie chart, generally there are more than 2 or 3 charts which you are supposed to understand. You are supposed to find out how all of these charts are connected with each other. So let's quickly have a look. किस तरह से सेट को अप्रोच करते हैं, कैसे क्वेश्चंस को विदाउट इक्वेशंस अप्रोच किया जा सकता है, राइट? हाउ टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन इन शॉर्ट. लेट्स हैव अ लुक एट इट गाइस. द क्वेश्चन, let's quickly go through the instruction part first, guys. These are the directions, right? The first paragraph, solve the following questions on the basis of the information given below, and the informations are: there are 3 family members from Dick and Harry. The pie chart below. Okay, 3 family members, Tom, Dick and Harry. The pie chart below gives the distribution of their incomes on the various heads. The last pie chart gives the distribution of the total saving of these 3 members in the different investment of the scheme. So these are the 4 graphs that you need to understand, guys. And the instruction of the set tell you that the pie chart below gives the distribution of their income on various heads. So this is the distribution of expenses of Tom. That means whatever is the income of Tom, this is how Tom is spending his income. 10% on entertainment. These values if might not be visible to you, so let me write it down separately for all of you so that you can read it properly. The question says Tom is spending 10% of entertainment, 22% on food, 10% on travel, 15% on clothing. This value is mentioned over here as 15%. I guess it is readable. A medical 8%, saving 35%. Okay, so this is the distribution of expenses of Tom, and similarly you have the distribution of expenses of Dick here, right? 7% on entertainment, 18% on food, right? 23% on travel, 15% on clothing, 12% on medical, and 25% on saving, and 7% on entertainment. All right. And similarly, you have the distribution of expenses of Harry, and this fourth chart is the distribution of total saving. Now, the information says the last pie chart gives the distribution of the total saving of these three members in the different investments. Total saving of these three members, right? So very important, guys, that you properly understand what exactly is the meaning of this fourth chart. Percentage of the total saving. That means whatever is the total amount saved by Tom, saved by Dick. So Tom is saving 35% of his total income. Dick is saving 25% of his total income. Harry is saving 20% of its total income. So these combined savings are distributed in these three parts. So whatever is their total saving, 30% of the total saving of Tom, Dick and Harry. 30% is going into cash, mutual fund 15%, gold 25%, FD 30%. For example, let's say if Tom, Dick and Harry, all three of them, if all three of them, let's say, have saved 1 lakh rupees in total, then out of 1 lakh rupees, 30,000 will be going into FD, 25,000 will be going into gold, 15,000 will be going into mutual fund, and then 30,000 will be going into the cash. That's the meaning of this set, guys. Information is not difficult to understand, but it's very important that while answering the question, you should be able to know how to connect all these four sets, how to connect all these four pie charts, how they are connected with each other. Let's quickly have a look at the first question. Question says, if the medical expenses for Tom, Dick and Harry are the same, then what percentage of the total income of Tom is the total amount invested in FD by all three? Some of you might get confused by reading the statement, but the important part is to just properly understand the statement. The medical expenses of Tom, Dick and Harry are the same. तीनों का medical expense same दिया हुआ है. The what percentage of the total income of Tom? What percentage of the total income of Tom? That means Tom का जो total income आएगा, उसका कितना percentage is the total amount invested in FD? तीनों ने मिलके FD में जो invest किया, वो कितना percentage बनेगा? So amount invested in FD by all three of them is what percentage of the total income of the Tom? What percentage of the total income of Tom? This is what we are supposed to find out. The first thing that you need to clarify, or you just need to make yourself understand, is what actually you are going to find out, right? So this is what you are supposed to find out. Now let's use this information, guys. So I'm just cleaning it, right? This is what the information of the question says, and let's quickly use it, right? Tom, Dick and Harry, right? These are the 3%, Tom, Dick and Harry, and the medical expense of Tom, Dick and Harry is same. So let's first find out what are the ratios of their total income by using the pie chart, because in the pie chart I know that Tom is spending 8% on medical, Dick is spending 12% on the medical, and Harry is spending 16%. So 8%, 12% and 16% of their respective income are equal. So this will give me the ratio of Tom income, Dick income and Harry income. So guys, 8% of Tom income is same as 12% of Dick income, 12% of D income and 16%, you see 16% is the value here, 16% of the Harry income, 16% of the Harry income. These values are equal, guys. Now if you place them equal, you see 8 times of T is equal to 12 times of D is equal to 16 times of H. And now to find out the ratio, what I can do is I can make all these values equal to a common multiple of 8, 12 and 16. Let's assume that this value is equal to 48. Why 48? Why not 96? You can take it 96 also. Why not 100? You can also take it 100. But because by taking this number as a multiple of 8, 12 and 16 will decrease our calculation. So therefore it's better to take it as a multiple of 8, 12 and 16. Now you see that Tom income will be 6, Dick income will be, why 8t is equal to 48, so t will be 6, so this is the income of Tom. Dick income will be 4 and Harry income will be equal to 48 by 16, that is 3. That means if Tom is earning 6 rupees, Dick will be earning 40 rupees and Harry will be earning 30 rupees. And to again reduce my calculation, let's assume it to be a multiple of 10, 60, 40 and 30. Let's assume in the ratio of 6:4:3, Tom income is 60 rupees, Dick income is 40 rupees and Harry income is 30 rupees, right? Once you assume this value, now we can find out what is the total amount invested by all three in FD. You see that 60 is the income of Tom, and what was the amount saved by the Tom? 35%. So 35% of 60 will be how much, guys? You see that now we are finding Tom saving plus Dick saving plus Harry saving. Tom saving is 35% of 60, guys. Find out 35% of 60 here. 35% of it will be 5 into 7, 2, 3, 21. So Tom is saving 21 rupees. What is Dick saving? Dick's total income is 40 and the money saved by Dick is 25%. So 25%, 40 will be 10 plus Harry saving. Harry income is 30. Harry saving, you can see here, is 20%. So 20% of 30 will be 6. So the total saving by all three of them will be 21 plus 10, 31 plus 6, 37. And out of this 37, what is the amount they are supposed to invest in FD? Because we are supposed to put the value in the numerator as the saving by all three of them in FD. This is their total saving. 37 is their total saving, and the money that they are invested in FD will be coming from the fourth graph. You see that FD is represented by this color, 30%. So 30% of 30% of 37 will be 11.1, right? So 30% of 37 will be 11.1. Now this is what we are supposed to find out, that the amount invested by all three of them in FD is what percentage of the total income of Tom. So 11.1% is what percentage of 60 is what we are supposed to find out. So just find out 11.1 is what percentage of 60, right? 0 and 0 will get cancelled, right? This will also get cancelled. 111 by 6 will give you the calculation as 6 into 1, remainder will be 5, 6 into 8, 48, 3, 6 into 5. So 18.5% is the exact answer of this question. 18.5% is the amount of Tom's income that they are investing in FD by all three of them, right? This is the way to solve the question. Now this is a kind of set which involve the basic concept of ratio, it involves the basic concept of percentage also, and it also have multiple graphs where you should know how to connect all those four charts, right? Which information is supposed to be taken from which chart. This is also a point that you are supposed to take care when you are solving a multiple graph set. Thank you so much for watching this video. There are total 4 questions in the set. एक क्वेश्चन में हम एक वीडियो में एक ही क्वेश्चन डिस्कस करेंगे because every question is different, so every question will give you a new learning, right? So this was based on the ratio and percentage. We'll quickly go to the next video also. Question number 2, it says if the clothing expense of Tom is double the clothing expense of Dick, while the medical expense of Tom is 4 times the medical expense of Harry. So let's straight away use this information. The clothing expense of Tom, guys, you see that in this graph the clothing expense is 15%, right? And D's clothing expense is 15%. Now when I say this statement that Tom income's 15% is double of D's income 50%, that means this tells me that the Tom income is 2 times of Dick income, right? So Tom income is 2 times of Dick income. Next it tells you that the medical expense of Tom is 4 times the medical expense of Harry. You see, medical expense of Tom is 16% and medical expense of, medical expense of Tom is 8%, guys. and medical expense of Harry you can see 16%. So can I say that 8% of Tom income is equal to, as per the question, 4 times of Harry's 16% income, right? Because Harry is spending 16% on medical, so 4 times of Harry's medical expense is equal to 8% of Tom medical expense. Okay, medical expense of Tom, which is 8% of Tom's income. So this tell you guys, that Tom income is 4 times of Harry's income. So you see that we now have Tom incomes in terms of Dick income and Tom income in terms of Harry income. You see that T is 4 times of H. Can I also write down 2 times of D income will be equal to 4 times of Harry income? So this tell you D's income will be equal to 2 times of Harry income. Now, can I write it down in terms of ratio? You see Tom, Dick and Harry. Tom income is 4 times of H. Alright, D income is 2 times of H. And Harry's income will be H. So you see that sorry guys, here the Tom income is 8 times of H. I'm sorry, and this is equal to 8 times H. So D's income will be 4 times of H. Alright, let me just correct it over here. See, 4 into 2 will be 8 times of H, right? So let's just quickly correct it. Alright, so T is 8 times of H, and you see T's income is 2 times of D income, which is equal to 8 times of Harry income. So D income will be 4 times of H. Now T income is 8 times of H, D income is 4 times of H, Harry income will be H. You see that this give you the ratio of 8:4:1. That means if I assume that Tom is earning is 80 rupees, then D's earning will be 40 rupees, and then Harry's income will be 10 rupees, right? Now what we are supposed to find out? We are supposed to find out that their saving in the form of cash is in the ratio 4:3:1 respectively. It is given in the question that the Tom, Dick and Harry's saving in the form of cash is in the 4:3:1. If you know the relationship between Tom, Dick and Harry's income, you see we can also find out what is the money that they're saving in the form of cash. How can I find out? By using the fourth graph, because the fourth pie chart is talking about the distribution of total saving. That means the total saving of Tom, Dick and Harry has been invested in the different forms in this part, right? Using this pie chart, this tell me that 30% of their total saving is invested in the form of cash. And what is the total saving? We can find out the individual saving, we can club them up, and then we can find out the total saving. You see that Tom's saving is 35%. So Tom is saving 35% of its income. What is the Tom's income? 80 rupees. So 35% is Tom's saving. And you see Dick is saving 25% and Harry is saving 20%, right? So this Dick is saving 25%, Harry is saving 20%. You see 35% of 80 will be 28, and 25% of 40 will be 10, and 20% of Harry is 2. So the total saving of T, D and H is 40. And now using this fourth graph, I can find out in the form of cash, they are saving 30%. So 30% of 40 will give you a value of 12. This tell me the total saving of Tom, Dick and Harry is 12 rupees, right? The total saving is of Tom, Dick and Harry is 12 rupees. All right. Now you see that. All right. So that this is their total saving, right? 12 rupees is a total saving. Now this 12 rupees has been invested in the ratio 4:3:1. That means, now let me just create a space for you guys. Now I'm straight away writing down this information. Let me just clean this part here, right? Okay. So what do we have at this point now? That the total saving in the form of cash is 12 rupees by all three of them. And the ratio of Tom, Dick and Harry saving in the form of cash is in the ratio 4:3:1. That means if total saving is 8 rupees in the form of cash, then Tom is saving 4 rupees, Dick is saving 3, and Harry is saving 1. So out of 8, you see Dick is saving 3 rupees, and out of total 12 rupees, what will be the amount that Dick will be saving? 4 into 3, 4 into 2, that is 9 by 2. 9 by 2 is 4.5. Now what we are supposed to find out is the saving of Dick in the form of cash is what percentage of the total income of Dick. What is the total income of Dick, guys? Total income of Dick is 40. So we are supposed to find out 4.5 is what percentage of 40. That is your answer. 4.5 is what percentage of 40, guys? You see, this will be 45 by 4. This is 11.25%, and this is the answer of the question. So when you read the information, when you read the statement of the question, you see that by reading these two lines, the first two lines, you should be able to evaluate that the Tom's clothing expense and Dick clothing expense ratio is given, and then Tom medical expense with the Harry's medical expense is also given. Using the first two lines, you should be able to evaluate, you should be able to make a structure for this question, that I will be able to find out Tom, Dick and Harry's income ratio using the first two part. And once I know the income, I also know the savings of individual savings of Tom, Dick and Harry. And once I know the saving, I also know the total saving. Once I know the total saving, I also know what is the saving that they have in the form of cash using the fourth graph. And once you know what they are saving in the form of cash, I can find out the individual saving in the form of cash using the ratio 4:3:1. And once I find out the individual cash, I can also find out what is a Dick saving in the form of cash as a percentage of its total income, right? So this is what you have to do when it comes to the multiple graph data interpretation sets. You should be able to know that what information is supposed to taken from which graph, right? How can you connect the information? This is the kind of structure that you should have in your mind before you start solving the equation, before you start solving the question. Otherwise, you end up making a lot of equations, and that those equations will be unnecessarily to solve the question, right? And you will end up wasting a lot of time, which can be solved without making equation. You just make a small structure of it. You should be able to know which information is supposed to taken from the which graph when it comes to the multiple pie chart. Thank you so much for watching this video. We will be discussing question number 3 and question number 4 in the next part of this video. This was a part 2 of multiple pie chart advanced level data interpretation set. And question number 4. Look at this question, guys. What does this question say? If the ratio of income of Tom, Dick and Harry, the ratio of the income of Tom, Dick and Harry is in the ratio of 3:5:8. That means in this question, the income ratio is already given. In the previous two questions that we discussed in this set, we were trying to find out the income ratio first, and then we were solving the question. But here, this question is even more easier, because you are not supposed to find out the income ratio. Income ratio is straight away is given to you already. And it says the Tom, Dick and Harry income ratio is 3:5:8. So what you can do is you can assume any three values, right, of Tom, Dick and Harry. And let's assume that Tom income is 300. Let's say Dick income is 500. And let's say Harry income is 800, right? All right. Now the question that we are supposed to answer is, what percentage of total saving invested in mutual fund? Is it possible to find out the savings by all three of them in mutual fund? Yes. Why? Because if you know the income of individual, right, you can find out the savings of individual, because you have this pie chart which tell you how much is saved by Tom, how much is saved by Dick, how much is saved by Harry. Once you know what is their individual saving, you can also see what is the amount that they are investing in the mutual fund, 15%. Once you know the total saving, you know what is the amount that they are investing in the mutual fund. Okay. Once you know what they are investing in the mutual fund, you can answer the question, because the question is asking you what percentage of the total saving invested in mutual fund is the total expenses on traveling for all three. So is it possible to find out the all three traveling expense? Yes, because we have a separate percentage of Tom, Dick and Harry, right, representing the travel percentages, travel expense percentages. So let's straight away first find out. Let's write down what is their saving percentages and what is their traveling expenses, right? So you see that, guys, The saving expenses of Tom, Dick and Harry, 20%, 35%, 25% and 20%. Okay, 35%, 25% and 20%. And what is the traveling expense? You see the traveling expenses of Tom, Dick and Harry are 10%, 23% and 15%. 10, 23 and 15. So let's write it down. 10%, 23% and 23%. And what is the third value? It's 15%, right? Traveling expenses 15%. Okay. It's just a calculation part now that you are left with. You see that the saving percent is 35% of 300, which is 105, plus 25% of 500 is 125, plus 20% of 800 is 160. That is a total saving that they are having is 160 plus 125 will be 285. 285 plus 5, 290. 290 plus 100 will be 390. And traveling expense, you can see 10% of 300 will be 30, 23% of 500 will be 115, plus 15% of 800 will be 120. So the total traveling expenses 120 plus 1 plus 30 is 150. 150 plus 15 would be 165. 265. 265 is their total traveling expense and 390 is their total saving. And what we are supposed to find out is the saving in mutual fund. And you see that the fourth pie chart will tell you the money saved in the mutual fund is 15%. So 15% of 390, guys. What is 15% of 390? Let's find it out. 390 into 15 by 100. Okay. 5 into 3, 5 into 2, 39 into 3 would be 117 divided by 2, 2 into 5, 58.5. So 58.5 is the money that they're saving in mutual fund, and the traveling expense is 265. Now you have to be careful what you are supposed to find out. The question is asking you the total saving invested in mutual fund. Now, what percentage of the total saving invested in mutual fund? Total saving invested in mutual fund is 58.5. Mutual fund में जो पैसे इन्होंने invest किए उसका कितना percentage traveling expense है, right? It's not that we are supposed to find out mutual fund saving is what percentage of traveling, right? No, we are supposed to find out traveling expense is what percentage of mutual fund expense, right? So mutual fund is 58.5 and traveling expense we know is 265. So 265 is what percentage of 58.5 is what we are supposed to find out, guys, right? Okay. So you see that, guys, this will definitely be more than 100. In fact, you see this is approximately 4 times. So if I multiply 58.5 with 4, you see I'll get 4 into 8, 32 plus 2, 36, 3 to 236, right? So if this is definitely more than 4, right? 236 plus the remaining value out of 265. If I want to do the calculation easier, but you see that 236 as a percentage of 58.5, right? If instead of 265 there would have been 236, my answer would have been 400%, right? My answer would have been 400%. Answer would have been 400%, but this value is more than 400, right? This value is more than 236, so the answer will be more than 200%. How much more is as compared to 236? You see the difference between these two values is 31, right? This value is 31, no, not 31. 36 plus 30 would be 66. 29 more, right? This value is 29 more. So now you see that, right? 236. So basically what I'm doing is I'm writing 265 as 236 plus 29 as a percentage of 58.5, right? 58.5. Okay. Yes, so this is 400, this will cancel it on 4, and this will 29 as a percentage of 58.5 is approximately 50%, right? So this will be 0.5. So the complete multiplying factor is 4.5 into 100. So my answer, my closest answer will be 450%, right? So this will be the answer of the question, that the total money that they are investing on traveling as a percentage of mutual fund would be 450%. This would be the answer of the question, guys. Let's go to question number 4. Question 4 is also based on calculation. It says the total expenses on food for the 3 are 324. The total expense on food for all 3. Now I have made these equations already, guys. You just have to make the equation. You see that Tom is spending how much on food? Tom is spending 21%, 22% on food. Dick is spending 18% of food. Harry is spending 21% of food. So you see that 22% of Tom income, 18% of Dick income, and 21% of Harry income is 324. This is given, right? Similarly, you have the total expenses of travel are rupees 288. So similarly, आपको इनके traveling expenses के percentages भी देखने हैं. So what is X here? X is the income of Tom. What is Y here? Y is the income of Dick. And what is Z here? Z is the income of Harry. Similarly, guys, you make a second equation, total expenses on travel. Travel के तीनों individual expenses लिए, Tom के, Dick के, Harry के तीनों का total 288 के equal रखा. And then you have the third equation, total expenses on entertainment, right? So तीनों का entertainment निकाला, entertainment के expenses निकाला, 10% of Tom, 7% of Dick, and 9% of Harry. कहाँ से है percentages? They are given in this, right? You see, entertainment के case में, you see Tom का 10%, Dick का 7%, हैरी का 9%. इन तीनों का टोटल जो है वो आपको क्वेश्चन में दिया हुआ है 144 के इक्वल. सो दिस क्वेश्चन इज जस्ट solving these 3 linear equation, right? So let me solve it for you, right? So what we are supposed to find out is what is the total expenditure on medical का तीनों का टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर निकालना है. तो 8% टॉम का निकालना है, 12% ऑफ टेक, and 16% of Harry. 8, 12 and 16. So what we are supposed to find out is, in this question, what we are supposed to find out is 8% of Tom income plus 100 में नीचे नई value ले रहा हूँ, right? So I'm simply taking the value of the income of Tom is 100x. Let's say income of Dick is 100y, and let's say income of Harry is 100z. So 8% of medical expense of Tom, 12% of medical expense of Dick, and 16% of the medical expenses of Harry is what we are supposed to find out. We have these equations, and XYZ is what we are supposed to find out. The moment you find XYZ from this equation, you're just supposed to put it over here. So it's just a calculation part, so I'll just tell you how to solve it, guys. You see that if I look at this equation number 2 and equation number 3, right, 10x plus 7y plus 9z is equal to 144. Subtract it, guys. This will get cancelled. You will have here 23 minus 7 will be 16y plus 6z is equal to 144, right? Okay. Now this will give you 8y plus 3z is equal to 72, right? This is the one equation that you will have. And similarly, now you see that you have an equation y and z. You can also make one more equation in terms of y and z by eliminating x from here. And how can you eliminate x from here? By multiplying this equation by 10, right? By multiplying this equation by 10, you'll have the equation as 220x plus 180y plus 210z is equal to 3240. And by multiplying this equation by 22, right? So you will have 220x plus 22 into 7 will be 154y plus 22 into 9 would be 198z is equal to 144 into 22, guys. 144 into 20 is 2880. 144 into 2 is 288. So the value will be 3168, right? 886, yes, 3168. So you see that you will have one more equation in terms of y and z. Now this get cancelled. This will give you 180 minus 54 is, guys, 26y plus 12z is equal to 10 minus 8 2, 13 minus 6 7, 1 minus 1 0, right? So take 2 as common. 13y plus 6z is equal to 36. You see that now you have two equations, 13y plus 6z is equal to 36. Now you just have to multiply this with 2 and eliminate z, and then you get the value of y. Multiply it with 2, you will have 16y plus 6z. We are multiplying this equation by 2, guys, right? Is equal to 144. Subtract it, this get cancelled, minus 3y will be equal to 108, y will be equal to 36. Now you can put the value of y here and you'll get the value of z. Okay, right? The value of y is equal to 36. By putting the value of y, you'll get z. And once you find out the value of z, you can find out the value of x also. And once you find out x, y, and z, you just put these values over here and you'll get all of your answer, right? So it's just a calculation part that you're supposed to do, and you can easily do the remaining calculation, right? So one value is fine. When we have already found one values, remaining values can also be found. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. So this set is completed now. The multiple pie chart has been completed, right? These are the 4 questions that we were supposed to discuss in this set, guys. This is a set that we are going to cover. The information is given the 2 part, right? So this is part 1, this is part 2. So let's quickly go through the information part. It says that in an election, several candidates contested for a constituency. In any constituency, the winning candidate was the one who polled the highest number of votes. The first runner-up was the one who polled the second highest number of votes. The second runner-up was the one who polled the third highest number of votes, and so on. So there's some number of contestants in different constituencies which are fighting the elections. The winner is counted, is named as winning candidate, and the person who is getting the second highest number of vote will be called as a first runner-up. The person who is getting the third highest number of votes will be called as second runner-up, and so on. There were no ties in terms of number of votes polled by the candidate in any other constituency in this election. Now, in an electoral system, a security deposit is a sum of the money that a candidate is required to pay to the election commission before he or she is permitted to contest. So if you want to fight an election, you'll have to pay a security deposit. Only the defeated candidates, that means the one who is not the winning candidate, who failed to secure more than 1/6 of the valid votes polled in the constituency, lose their security deposit. So if you're fighting the election, you'll have to deposit a security, and after depositing a security other than the winning candidate, not this condition is not valid for winning candidate, it's valid for candidates who are other than the winning candidates, will be getting 1/6. If they fail to get 1/6 of the total number of votes of that constituency, they will lose their security deposit. For example, if I deposit 1,50,000, let's say the total number of votes in a constituency are 1,50,000. Now 1/6 of this is 30,000. Let's say I'm fighting an election, and in that particular constituency, if I get less than 30,000 vote, I'll be losing all my security that I have deposited, right? So to save the security deposit that you have deposited, you need to secure more than 1/6 of the number of the votes of that constituency. Let's read the information next. The following table provides some incomplete information about the poll in 4 constituency A, B, C, and D in this election. So we have a table here. Here the name of the constituency is mentioned A, B, C, and D. Number of candidates contesting a particular constituency is 10, 12, 5, and 8. These are the total number of votes polled. So in constituency, total number of votes are 5 lakh. In B, we have 3,25,000. C, we have 6,30,000. D, we do not know what are the total number of votes. And then we also have some information about the number of votes polled by the winning candidate. So in this particular constituency, the winning candidate have got 2,75,000. Here we have 48,750. Here we have 95,000, and so on. Rest of the cells are empty. We do not know the information here, and we are supposed to find out those information to answer the question. Let's see what is the structure of the question. Many students do this mistake. The moment they see a table where some of the cells don't have a value, they assume that the set is a missing DI, and they start finding out the values here without understanding the structure of data interpretation. Sometimes it's not necessary to fill in all this information to solve a set. Understand the structure of DI first, right? Every missing table is not a missing DI, right? Every table where some of the cells are missing or some of the cells do not have the value, don't count it as a missing DI set. Do not try straight away to fill on those cells to get the answer, right? Just understand the overall structure. What kind of questions are asked, have been asked? Are those questions, to answer those questions, is it required to fill all the cell, or without filling all these cells you can still answer the question? Does the question contain some information that you might have to use, right? So don't straight away jump to start filling in this information. Let's understand it first. Now, the following additional information are known. It says the first runner-up polled 10,000 more votes than the second runner-up in constituency A. Okay. So in constituency A, you can see that number of votes polled by the winning candidate is 2,75,000. First runner-up is getting 95,000. And this runner-up is getting 10,000 more votes than the second runner-up. So can I say the second runner-up must be having 85,000 votes, right? And this cell is about the percentage of valid votes polled by the third runner-up. Now, I don't know what is this value, right? The total number of candidates are 10. And I know only about two information. Only the one who is winning the election and the second runner-up who is getting 85,000. I don't know the information about third, fourth, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? I need to fill in the value here, now percentage of valid votes polled by the third runner-up. But let's see, does it require or not? Next, it says the number of candidates who contested in the constituency C lost their security deposit. None of the candidate who is contesting in this constituency is losing their security deposit. That means in constituency C, everybody is getting more than 6,30,000 vote. 1/6 of 6,30,000. Now, if total number of votes are 6,30,000, right? And to secure the security deposit, you need at least 1/6 number of votes. That means that will be 1,05,000, right? So the minimum number of votes to save your security deposit in any constituency has to be more than 1/6. 1/6 of this is 1,05,000. So can I say the minimum number of votes that every person who is contesting the election in constituency C is getting 1,06,000, right? So this is the minimum number of votes that a particular candidate is getting in this constituency, right? Now let's read the minimum number of votes because none of them is losing its security deposit. Look at the information number 3. The winning candidate in constituency D polled 5% of the valid votes more than that of the first runner-up. Now the winning candidate is getting. So winning candidate is this. We don't know the value here. First runner-up is getting 37,500. The votes of the winning candidate is 5% more of the total number of votes compared to the first runner-up. So if first runner-up is getting 37,500, the winning candidate will be getting 37,500 plus 5% more votes of the total valid votes. So whatever is the total number of valid votes here, let's say X, this person is getting 0.05x more of this value. That's 5% more of total valid votes compared to the first runner-up. That's the information of the question, right? All the candidates who lost their security deposit while contesting for this constituency put together poll 35% of the valid votes. So all those people in constituency D who are losing their security deposit are actually taking 35% of the total number of votes. So can I say if 35% of the total number of votes are with those candidates who are losing their security deposit, can I say 65% of the values of the total number of votes must be given to those candidates who are not losing the security deposit, right? So that's the information that we have. Now look at the question here. It says, what is the percentage of the votes polled in total by all the candidates who lost their security deposit while contesting for constituency A? What is the percentage of votes polled in total by all the candidates who lost their security deposit while contesting for constituency A? कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी ए में जिन लोगों ने इलेक्शन फाइट किया और अपना सिक्योरिटी डिपॉजिट लूज किया, वो कैंडिडेट जिन 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 लोगों ने अपना सिक्योरिटी डिपॉजिट लूज किया, वो कैंडिडेट को जो वोट्स मिले वो टोटल का कितना परसेंटेज है? दैट्स व्हाट द क्वेश्चन इज आस्किंग. व्हाट इज द परसेंटेज ऑफ वोट्स पोल्ड इन टोटल बाय ऑल द कैंडिडेट हु लॉस्ट their security deposit while contesting for constituency A? All right, easy question, not a difficult one. See that we have 5 lakh total number of votes. Winning candidate is getting 2,75,000. And first runner-up is getting 95,000. Second runner-up is getting 85,000. Now you see that, guys. If somebody have to save its security deposit in constituency A, that person need to get at least 1/6, more than 1/6 of this. Now, if I look at 1/6 of this value, this will be 6 into 8, 48 to 333.33. So the minimum number of vote a candidate need to get to get to save its security deposit is 83,334. Now, look at this value, guys. The total number of votes to the winning candidate is 2,75,000. First runner-up is 95. So will he be losing the security deposit? Winning candidate is anyway not losing the security deposit. Will he be losing the security deposit? First runner-up is not losing the security deposit. Second runner-up is also not losing the security deposit because he's getting more than 1/6. Now, if I add this value, the total of all this, you look at carefully, the total of these values, 5 plus 5, 10 plus 5, 15, 1, 7 plus 1, 8 plus 9, 17 plus 8, 25. That is 4,55,000. So out of 5 lakh, 4,55,000 are with the first three candidates who are winning first runner-up and second runner-up. I am left with only 45,000, and those 45,000 votes are supposed to be distributed among 7 candidates. Out of these 7 candidates, do you think there will be any candidate who will not be losing the security deposit? Because to save a security deposit, you need to get this much number of votes. At least this much number of votes are required. Now, 45,000 votes are supposed to be distributed to the 7 candidates. Will there be a person out of this 7 who will be able to secure the security deposit? No. So can I say, except these 3, rest of the 7 will be losing the security deposit, and rest of the 7 have total 45,000 vote, and this 45,000 vote out of total 5 lakh is what percentage? If I have to find out the total percentage, this would be 9%. So the percentage of votes polled in total by all the candidates who lost their security deposit while contesting for the constituency A is 9%. That is the correct answer. You see that? The structure of the question is given to you in a way that you don't have to find out these missing values. You just need to take the reference of these to reach to the final answer of the question, right? First question answer would be 9%. Let's have a look at the question number 2. Now let's look at the question number 2 here. Question number 2 says, how many candidates who contested in constituency B lost their security deposit? How many candidates who contested in constituency B lost their security deposit? To save your security deposit, you need to get at least 1/6 of the number of votes. The total number of votes in constituency B are 3,25,000. Now, if I find out 1/6 of 3,25,000, this would be 6 into 5, 30,000, right? You see that 6 into 5, 30, 6 into 4, 24, 6 in, 6 into 1, 4, 6 into 6. These are the number of votes, right, that are required. You see that 1/6 of these total number of votes is even more than the winning candidate. So that means even winning candidate, the person who is getting the highest number of votes, is not able to secure 1/6 of the total number of votes. So do you think the first runner-up, second runner-up, third runner-up, fourth runner-up will be able to meet this criteria of 1/6? No. But as per the statement of the question, it's clearly mentioned that only the defeated candidate, the one who is not the winning candidate, who failed to secure more than 1/6 of the valid votes polled in the constituency, lose their security deposit. If somebody is winning, whether he is getting 1/6 or 1/5 or 1/4, whether he is getting 1/6 or not getting 1/6, winning candidate will not lose its security deposit. So can I say in constituency B, even the winning candidate is getting less than 1/6 of the number of votes, but he will not be losing the security deposit because he's a winning candidate. But other than the winning candidate, rest of all the candidates who are fighting in constituency B will be losing their security deposit because their votes will definitely be less than winning votes, and winning is also less than 1/6. So out of 12, only one, that is winning candidate, will not be losing its security deposit. Rest of the 11 people will be losing the security deposit. So answer to the question will be 11. Second question answer will be 11. Third question. What best, look at the language, guys. It's very important that you observe the language. What best can be concluded about the number of votes polled by the winning candidate in constituency C? What best can be concluded about the number of votes polled by the winning candidate in constituency C? See that about C, we have an information, right? It says that number of candidates who contested in constituency C lost their security deposit, and the difference in the votes polled by any pair of candidate in the constituency was at least 10,000. There's a minimum difference between any pair of candidates in this constituency. The minimum difference is supposed to be 10,000. That means, now you see that, guys, 6,30,000 is the number of votes, total number of votes in constituency. The total number of candidates are 5. So this will be winning first, second, let's say third and fourth. If I talk about a third, fourth and fifth candidate who are fighting in constituency C, if I give the minimum number of votes to the person who is ranked fifth in the constituency C, would be 1,06,000, because none of them is losing its security deposit. So all of them are getting more than 1/6, and that means minimum number of votes with 5 are 1,06,000, right? And because the minimum difference is of 10,000, can I say that the person getting the fourth position must be getting 1,10,006. Third must be getting 1,20,006. Second runner-up will be getting 1,30,006. 30,006. First runner-up will be getting 1,40,006. Right? We are supposed to find out. What best whether winning candidates in constituency C. Okay. So we are supposed to find out the number of votes given to the winning candidates in constituency C, right? We have already seen that out of these 5 candidates, I'm just writing rank number 1, rank number 2, rank number 3, 4, and 5, right? I already know that to save its security deposit, every candidate in constituency C will be getting at least 1/6. 1/6 of this is 1,05,000, and to save its security deposit, this will be getting at least 1,06,000 number of votes. And because the minimum difference is 10,000, so can I say this will be getting 1,10,006, this will be getting 1,20,006, this will be getting 1,30,006, and this will be getting 1,40,006, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I add them up, you see that if I add all these values, total will come out to be 6,30,000. So do I have a space where I can increase the number of votes by the winning candidate? If I increase the number of the votes of the winning candidate, I need to decrease somebody else's votes. If I increase this value and I decrease this, you see that the difference will not be, you will not be able to maintain a difference of 10,000 then, right? The minimum difference is supposed to be of 10,000. For example, let's say if I make it as 1,40,007, right? 1,40,007. Let's say these are the number of votes that the winning candidate is getting. And let's say this person is getting 1,05,000. If I'm giving one extra vote to this, I need to decrease somebody's vote by 1. Now see that if I increase this vote by 1, I need to decrease any of this by 1. If I decrease this by 1, you see that this person will lose its security deposit, and then the standard condition which was given in question, that none of the candidate in constituency C is losing the election, will be violated here. So therefore, you don't have any space. You're supposed to meet 2 conditions, that the difference has to be 10,000 at least between any of these 2, right? And secondly, none of them should be losing the security deposit. So let's say if I put 1 vote here, then the difference between these 2 will not be 10,000, it will be 9,999. So if I want to satisfy both of these 2 conditions, that the minimum difference between 2 candidates has to be of 10,000 and none of it should be losing its security deposit, then the only possibility for the winning candidate is to get 1,40,000 6 watt, and that is option number 2. So what best can be concluded about the number of votes polled by the winning candidates in constituency C is that this person will be getting 1,40,000 6 number of votes. Now, let's look at the question number 4. It's an interesting question. What was the number of valid votes polled in constituency D? What are the number of, this is the value that I need to find out. Now about D, the condition given here is the runner-up is getting 37,500 votes plus 5% more votes of total valid votes. If this is X, this will be getting 0.05X. And the people who are not losing the security deposit is getting 65% of valid votes. And the people who are losing the security deposit are getting 35% of total number of votes. Now, if I have to find out the total value here, but first thing that you need to observe is the minimum value of X has to be 37,500 plus 37,500, 75,000, 75 plus 30, 1,05,000, 1,05,000 is the minimum. 1,05,000 is a minimum number of votes of X because this is straight away given. Can I say any option which is less than 1,05,000 will straight away be eliminated? These options will be eliminated, right? Now, it's better to solve this question with the help of the option, right? Because finding the value of X, right? And using this information will give me a complex equation. So I can just take a help of the question because I have this information. People who are not losing the security deposit must be getting 65% of the total money, and person losing the security deposit must be getting 35% of the security deposit. Now, if I take the value of 4 as 1,50,000, right? Now 1,50,000, you see that here. Both of these two candidates, the winning candidate and the first runner-up, 75,000 as a percentage of 1,50,000 is 50%. So this must be 25%, right? Now see that this is getting this person. If I say the total number of votes are, let's say 1,50,000, then this person is getting 25% of the total votes. And this person is getting 30,000 out of 1,50,000 would be 20%. And this is obviously more than 25%. So you see that. Will he lose the security deposit? No. Will he lose the security deposit? No. Will he lose the security deposit? No. Will he leave the security deposit? No. Because he's getting more than 1/6. 10% of total votes is given to third runner-up. Now see that 25 plus 25, 50, 50 plus 20, 70, 70 plus 10, 80. 80% have been given to those candidates. 80% of the total votes have been given to those candidates who are not losing the security deposit, which violate my standard condition. The people not losing the security deposit should be having 65% of the valid votes, and people who are losing the security deposit must be getting 35% of total votes. That means 1,50,000 cannot be the answer. Now, why 1,50,000 is not the answer? Because these percentages, these votes as a percentage of 1,50,000 are higher in percentage, right? So if I want to decrease these percentage to meet the criteria that the total of these 4 should be 65%, then I need to increase the base. That means my answer will be more than 1,50,000. It has to be more than 1,50,000. It should not be less than 1,50,000. So this is also eliminated. Straight away, you can go with option number 1, that total number of votes are 1,75,000. If this criteria is supposed to be met, then that people not losing the security deposit should be getting 65% and losing the deposit should be getting 35%. This can be met when the total number of valid votes are 1,75,000. Total number of votes, valid votes in constituency D are 1,75,000. You can also cross check it. Then you will see that the total of these 4 will come out to be, close to 65, and the rest of the people who are losing the security deposit will be getting 35%. So 1,75,000 is the answer of the question. Look at the question number 5. Winning margin of a constituency is defined as the difference of votes polled by the winner and that of the first runner-up. The winning margin of a constituency is defined as a difference of votes polled by the winner and the first runner-up. So winner, the number of votes that winner is getting and the number of votes that the first runner-up is getting, the difference of this is defined as a winning margin. This is known as winning margin, right? Which of the following cannot be the list of constituency in increasing order of winning margin? I'm supposed to tell that which of these following cannot be the list of constituency in increasing order of winning margin. So if I want, when I'm going from left to right, the winning margin should increase. So can I say that the highest winning margin must be of, you see that winning candidate is getting 2,75,000 here and first runner-up is getting 95,000. The difference between the winning margin here, you can see, is of 1,80,000, right? Do you think any, and we know that the winning margin here is 10,000. Now here, obviously, if winner is getting 48,750, the first runner-up definitely cannot get a value which is, more than 1,80,000. So can I say the highest has to be of A? The highest value has to be of A in all the four options. A is having the highest winning margin. That's the correct information. Now, if you look at the other options, here D is more than B. Here in these options, in all of these options, D is more than B. Here B is more than D. D is more than B. Here C is more than D. Now, C is more than D here, C is more than D here, C is more than D here. Here D is more than C. So this is the only option where D is more than C. Let's check. Is it possible that the winning margin in D of D is more than C? Now I know that in the previous question I have found this value as 1,75,000. This person is getting 37,500 plus 5% of this. Now 10% of this is 17,500. So 5% of this would be 8,500. So see that winning margin in constituency D is 8,500. So the winning margin of D cannot be more than C. The winning margin of C is already given to be as 10,000 and winning margin of D is 8,500, as you can see. Winning margin of D cannot be more than C. So therefore, because we are supposed to find out the answer which of the following cannot be the list of constituency, so the answer to the question is that option where the winning margin of D is more than C, and this is the only option where winning margin of D is more than C. So fourth option will be the correct answer of the question. Look at the last question of the set, question number 6. For all the four constituencies taken together, what was the approximate number of votes polled by all the candidates who lost their security deposit, expressed as a percentage of total valid votes from these four constituencies? For all the four constituencies taken together, what was the approximate number of votes polled by all the candidates who lost their security deposit? Okay. See that, guys. People who are losing the security deposit. We have seen that this person is getting 85,000 and other than these people, rest of them are losing the security deposit, right? What are those number of votes? We have already found this value, right? That except these three people, rest of the people who are getting 9% of the total votes, right? That is 45,000. So the people who are losing the security deposit, the number of votes received by them in constituency A is 45,000. If you look at B, you see that the total number of votes are 3,25,000 and even this person is not able to secure 1/6 of the total number of votes. So other than this, everybody else will be losing the security deposit. So 3,25,000 minus 48,750. Rest of the votes are given to those candidates who are losing the security deposit, right? We discussed it in the question number 2. So 0, 10 minus 5, 5, 9 minus 7, 2, 14 minus 8, 6, 11 minus 4, 7, 2,76,250. So all the people, right, all the candidate except the winning candidate is losing the security deposit and the number of votes given to those people are 2,76,250. Third, here we know that this person is getting 1,40,006 vote. This person is getting 1,30,006 vote. Nobody is losing, right, the security deposit. It's straight away given the information that in C, nobody is losing the security deposit. So C, we don't have any value, right? C will be 0. In D, we see that 35% of the total votes, number of people who are losing the security deposit are getting 35% of total votes. Total votes are 1,75,000. If I find out 35% of this value, you'll get what? 175. Okay, now let's find out 1750. Let's find out 30% first. 0, 3 into 5, 15, 5250, 52,500. 5% would be how much? 17,500, 1,75,000. 5% of this would be, I first find out 30%, I'm now finding 5%. 505 into 525, 37, 3, right, this is 875, so 0, 5, 7 plus 5, 12, 8 plus 2, 10, 11, 61250, right? So these are the people who are losing. These are the votes given to those people who are losing their security deposit. Now this as a percentage of total valid vote. Total valid votes are 5 lakh plus 6 lakh, 11 lakh, 11 lakh plus 3 lakh 25,000 is 14 lakh 25, 14 lakh 25 plus 75, 15 plus 1, 16. So this as a percentage of 16 lakh 30, right? So I'm supposed to find out this as a percentage of this is what? This is what I need to find out. So if I add them up, 2,76,000 plus 45,000, let's add them up, guys. I guess you will be able to do the calculation now. Only the calculation part is pending. This total as a percentage of 16,30,000 is what we are supposed to find out. And you will find that the value will be close to, its approximate value will be close to 23%. Any option which is close to 23 is my answer. On solving it properly, you'll get it as 23.91%, right? So these two options are very close. You need to be very careful while you're finding the answer, because the gap given in these two is very close. But anyways, in CAT we have a calculator. So if you get stuck in the in the question like this, what you can do is you can straight away use the calculator, because these options are very close. After you do the addition, this as a percentage of 16 lakh, you need to use the calculator because of the closeness of the option, right? Once you calculate it, you'll get the answer as fourth option. So this would be the correct answer to the question. So these were the 6 questions that were asked from this set. And this is the CAT 2020 slot 2 set, guys. This is a set that we are going to cover, CAT 2019 slot 2. So the first impression of the set is that you might find it's so difficult to solve, right? Because the diagram looks confusing to you, right? Because you might not have seen the diagram like this ever before, right? Or in 1 or 2 set, you will not find much practice set on the scattered diagram. This is known as a scatter diagram, where no line chart, no bar chart is given. The values are denoted by these dots here on this, on the coordinate plane, right? So, but actually the set is so simple that in the final exam, if you just look at the information carefully, if you read and interpret the information carefully, you might be able to solve the set in less than 5 minutes without any calculation. Actually, this is a kind of set which is a completely calculation free, concept free. Simply the reading of the diagram that's important. Let's have a look at the direction part here. It says to compare the rainfall data, India Meteorological Department calculated the long period average of rainfall during the period June to August for each of the 16 states. Okay. So 16 states आपको दिए हुए हैं, long period average of rainfall आप June to August period का 16 states का find out कर रहे हो, long period average. Okay. The figure given below, this is a figure, right, shows the actual rainfall measured in mm during the June to August 19 and the percentage deviation from the LPA. So the percentage deviation of LPA of the respective states in 2018, right? So what exactly is the meaning? Percentage. The word important here is a deviation from LPA of the respective state in 2018. So you have the actual rainfall from June to August 2019 given on the x-axis here. Look at the graph here carefully. You see that this is 0 mark. So this is where the x-axis start from. And this is the y-axis, right? So on x-axis, the actual rainfall from June to August 2019 in mm is given. Look at the scale here, guys. The scale is of 200, right, on the x-axis. 0 to 200, 200 to 400, 600. So if you see that if you look at the Assam state, even if you don't have to read the value from the x-axis, right, the value itself is given along with the name of the state. So Assam के अंदर जून से अगस्त 2019 में 600 mm का rainfall हुआ. अरुणाचल प्रदेश के अंदर 1000 mm का रेनफॉल हुआ इन द पीरियड ऑफ अगस्त 2019. केरला के अंदर जून टू अगस्त 2019 में 1500 mm का रेनफॉल हुआ एंड सो ऑन। मेघालय का भी दिया है, वेस्ट बंगाल, झारखंड, दिल्ली, मणिपुर, सभी स्टेट्स का आपको एक्चुअल रेनफॉल इन जून टू अगस्त 2019 आपको दिया हुआ। एंड ऑन द वाई एक्सिस इफ यू लुक एट देयर इज अ डेविएशन फ्रॉम एलपीए। डेविएशन फ्रॉम एलपीए मींस व्हाट इज एलपीए? इट्स अ लॉन्ग पीरियड एवरेज। किसी भी एक लॉन्ग पीरियड का एवरेज है उसको आप एलपीए बोल रहे हो। एंड दिस टेल्स यू द डेविएशन फ्रॉम इट फ्रॉम द एलपीए ऑफ रिस्पेक्टिव स्टेट्स इन 2018। व्हाट डज इट मीन? फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू लुक एट राजस्थान एयर, राजस्थान का एलपी अगर आपको देखना है तो ये डॉट का आपको पोजीशन देखना पड़ेगा। दिस डॉट इज एग्जैक्टली यू सी इन द मिडल ऑफ इट, राइट? सो 10 और 15 के एग्जैक्टली बीच में आ रहा है, सो दैट्स अ 15%, राइट? और यू कैन स्ट्रेट अवे सी दैट दिस dot is coming into the second cell and it is exactly in the middle. So this whole cell is 10%, this would be 5%, 15%, right? So Rajasthan ka deviation from the long period average in 2019 compared to 2018 is 15%. That means जो भी average Rajasthan का 2018 में रहा होगा, 2018 का राजस्थान का जो भी LPA होगा उससे 15% positive deviation है, right? It's a deviation from LP in terms of percentage. So 15% का positive deviation means that कि 2019 में जो rainfall हो रहा है 300 mm का, वो 2018 के LPA के according 15% ज़्यादा हो रहा है. Why 15% more? Because a positive deviation. Deviation can be of two types, positive or negative. If we are talking about positive deviation, that means there is a more rainfall. If we are talking about the negative deviation, that means there's a less rainfall. That's what this question is talking about. Now, question is very easy to solve now. If you understand what exactly is the meaning of it. So basically, for example, if you look at Assam का 600 mm का rainfall हुआ 2019 में, लेकिन negative deviation है 10% का. That means LPA जो भी रहा होगा 2018 में, Assam के केस में, right? For Assam, उससे 10% कम, नेगेटिव डेविएशन 10% कम मींस उसका 90% रेनफॉल हुआ विच इज इक्वल टू 600 mm. इसका 90% 600 mm के इक्वलेंट आएगा, राइट? 10% नेगेटिव डेविएशन है, 10% रिड्यूस हुआ रेनफॉल विच इज इक्वलेंट टू 600. सो 2018 तक का लॉन्ग पीरियड का जो एवरेज है उसका 90% 600 के इक्वल है. दैट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस होल स्ट्रक्चर. The moment you see what is given on x-axis, what's the meaning of positive deviation, what's the meaning of negative deviation, it will hardly take you, 1 minute to answer the first question. Now look at the question. Says, what does the question says? If a heavy monsoon state is defined as a state with actual rainfall from June to August 2019 of 900 mm or more, then approximately what percentage of heavy monsoon states have a negative deviation from the respective LPAs in 2019? The meaning of this statement is, guys, कि जून से अगस्त 2019 में अगर किसी स्टेट के अंदर 900 mm या 900 mm से ज्यादा रेनफॉल हुआ, that state will be called as heavy monsoon state. Now 900 mm, that means 900 से mm से ज्यादा होना चाहिए. So see that this is 800, this is 900. Can I say 1000? This is 900. Can I say the value is exactly in the middle of 800 and 1000 will be equivalent to 900 mm? So guys, can I say that all the state, if I draw a line which pass through 900 mm, now all the states which are on the right hand side of this red line will be called as heavy monsoon state because their rainfall is more than 900 mm or 900 mm. So how many states we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total 7 states are heavy monsoon state. Now out of these heavy monsoon state, how many percentage of states have a negative deviation? कितने ऐसे states हैं जिनका negative deviation हो रहा है बच्चों? So you see that here, if I draw a line here, negative deviation 0 से ऊपर जो होंगे वो positive deviations के होंगे, and states which are less than 0 they will be of negative deviation. So now you see that I need the states which are on this right hand side of this red line and below this red line which are showing the negative deviation. Now you see that 1, 2, 3 states are there which shows the negative deviations. So total 7 states shows the heavy monsoon state, and out of these 7 we have 3 states showing the negative deviations. So 3 out of 7 in terms of percentage will be equal to 40. 1 by 7 we know 1 by 7 is 14.28%. So I can say that 3 by 7 will be 42.84%. That means 42.84% of the states which are the heavy monsoon states, three states, that is 42.84%, are showing the negative deviation. So question number 3 will be the answer of the question. It's a very easy question, guys, right? This was question number 1. Now that you know the idea of the whole set, here we are going to discuss the question number 2 of CAT 2019 slot 2 set. I hope you must have tried this question, and let's see your answer is right or wrong. Now, if a low monsoon state is defined as a state with actual rainfall from June to August 2019 of 750 mm or less, then what is a median deviation from LPA as defined in the y-axis of the figure of low monsoon state? So guys, we know that on x-axis we get to know the actual rainfall for the period June to August in 2019. And on the y-axis we have the deviation from the LPA of 2018. So that means the rain of 2019 is having what deviation in terms of percentage from the long period average of 2018. We have discussed the basic in the first question itself. I hope you understand what exactly is the meaning of LPA, what's the meaning of positive deviation, and what is the meaning of negative deviation. All these three terms have been defined in the first part of the video. Now, here in this question, the definition of low monsoon state is given to us. A low monsoon state is defined as a state with actual rainfall from June to August 2019 of 750 mm or less. Now you see that this is 600, this is 800. So if I draw a line between 600 and 800, I'll have this line representing the rain of 750 mm. So you see that this line, right? If a state is on the right hand side of this red line, that state will have the rainfall of more than 750 mm. If a state is on the left hand side of this red line, that state will have less than 750 mm of rainfall. Now we are supposed to find out what is the median deviation from LPA as defined in the y-axis of the figure. So on the y-axis we have the LPA. So all the states which are the low monsoon states, you can see states having less than 750 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 states are there. And in the LPAs of these 9 states, I'm supposed to find out the median. Now, what is a median? Median means when the values are arranged in the ascending order, the middle value is called as a median. For example, if I have this number 5, 13, 19, 15, and let's say, take any number as, let's say, 8. If I want to find out the median of this, I'll arrange it in the ascending order. The first number will be 5, then 8, then 13, then 15, and then 19. I have these 5 values. The middle one, the middle value is called as, the middle value, that is 13, is called as a median, right? So when you arrange the number in the ascending order, the middle one is called as a median. So guys, I know that the deviation which is represented in the y-axis is going from negative to positive. That means if I start from the bottom end and go towards top end, the deviation will keep on increasing because we are going from negative side to positive side. So now we have this 9 state, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you start counting from the lowest, right, that means Manipur will be having the lowest deviation, that's a lowest value. So when I go up, you see that all these deviations are in ascending order. So if I have to find out the median, the middle position state will be called as a median of the LPAs, right? Of the deviation from the LPAs. Now tell me guys, if 9 numbers, if the 9 people are standing in a row, which one would be the middle one? The middle one will be will be positioned at 5th position. So just count the 5th value, right? Just count out the 5th value from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So can I say the deviation from the LP of Assam is the median, and that is -10. So straight away you can answer the question as 4th option. 4th is the correct answer to the question. Let's have a look at the question number 3 as well. What does it say? What is the average rainfall of all the states that have actual rainfall of 600 mm or less in 2018 and have a negative deviation from LPA? So straight away draw the line of 600. We see that this is a line representing the states having a rain of 600 mm. So all the states which lie on these line or on the left hand side of this line have 600 mm or less in 2019. So all these states have the rain of either 600 mm or less. How many states are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But out of these 9 states, how many are having the negative deviation? All the negative deviation states are those which are below this 0 line. So these are the 5 states with a negative deviation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now out of these 5, I'm supposed to find out the average rainfall. It's very easy, right? If I have to find out the average rainfall, you see that Assam rainfall is 600, West Bengal's rainfall is 600 again, Jharkhand rainfall is 400, Delhi it is 300, and Manipur it is 400. So if I have to find out the average of these 5, the average of these would be 1200, 16, 19 and 2300. 2300 by 4 by 5 will give you the average rainfall of 460. So therefore third option is the correct answer. See, that question is not difficult at all. They're so easy. Right? All you have to do is just get to know how to read the data from the graph. That's it. One more question, guys. Last question, question number 4. Very important one. Let's read the question. What does the question says? It says the LPA of a state for a year is defined as the average rainfall in the preceding 10 years, considering the period of June to August. For example, LPA in 2018 is the average rainfall during 2019 to 18, and the LPA in 2019 is the average rainfall during 2010 to 19. What is the meaning of it? So LPA means long period average, right? As we have already studied in the previous questions. So guys, if I'm looking for the LPA of 2018, what I need to do is, the LPA of 2018 can be found out by taking the rains of the preceding 10 years starting from 2009. So if I start from 2009, right, and I take 10 consecutive years, the last year that I will be taking would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, right? So taking the rains of all the years for the period June to August and then taking the average of it will tell me what is the long period average of 2018. And when I want to find out the LPA of 2019, in the case of LPA of 2019, I'm supposed to take the preceding 10 years starting from 2010. Now in this case, I'll start from 2010, 11, then 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, up to 19. So I'll take these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and I'll add the range of all these years, find out the average, and then I'll get the LPA of 2019. Now the point that you're supposed to observe here is that when you're moving from LPA 2018 to LPA 2019, right, the rain of 2009 has been replaced with the rain of 2019. Rest of the years from 2010 to 18 are available here as well as available here. The only change is 2009 has been replaced with 2019. There's another information that has been given in the question, that it has also been observed the actual rainfall in Gujarat in 2019 is 20% more than the rainfall in 2009. That means if I'm saying that in 2009, let's say the rainfall in the Gujarat is X, then in 2019 the rainfall is 20% higher as compared to this value. And we can see that from the graph, in June to August 2019, the Gujarat rainfall is 600. So can I put this value as 600? So now you see that I can straight away write it down as X into 1.2 is equal to 600. This will get cancelled on 500. You will get the value of X as 500 mm. That means the Gujarat rainfall in 2009 is 500 mm. Okay. And then what we are supposed to find out is the LP of Gujarat in 2019 is closest to. Now I'm supposed to find out the LP of 2019. That means this is the value I'm supposed to find out. And this value can only be found out once you know LP of 2018. Because I know that. I know the rain of 2009. I know what is the rain in mm in 2019. If I get to know the rain LPA of 2018, I'll get the LPA of 2019. Now, do we have anything in the graph which can tell us the LPA of 2018? Not straight away, but we have a deviation from LPA values, right? The values of deviations from the LPA are mentioned in the question itself. You see that in the Gujarat, rain in the period of 2019, the rain is 600 mm. Which is showing a deviation of 25%. There's a deviation of 25% from the LPA in 2018. This value is a deviation from LPA in 2018. It's a positive deviation of 25%. That means whichever value is LPA 2018 for Gujarat, let's say that value is Y, the positive deviation of 25% means if I increase the value by 25%, I will get the rain of 2019, which is 600 mm. Now using this relation, I can find out the LP of 2018. So Y into 25% fraction is 1 by 4. If you increase it by 1 by 4, you'll get 5 by 4. This is equal to 600. This will cancel it on 120. So you will get Y as 480. That means the LPA of 2018 is 480. Now using this, I'm supposed to find out the LPA of 2019. And I know that in LPA, I'm doing nothing but simply finding the average of the preceding 10 years. And I know that average of 2009 to 2018 is now 480. And average of 2019 is I'm supposed to find out where the years that I'm supposed to take is from 2010 to 2019. Now look at in 2009, the rainfall is 500 mm. And in the year 2019, the rainfall is 600 mm. Now, if I want to go from this year to this year and value of 500 will be replaced by value of 600, rest of the years are same. Now, you guys tell me if a value of 500 is replaced with a value of 600. If a value of 500 is taken from a group and a value of 600 is entered into the group, will the average get increase or decrease? Obviously, it will get increase because when you're replacing 500 with 600, you're getting an extra value of 100. And this extra 100 will be distributed equally among how many years? We have 10 years. So this 100 will be distributed equally among 10 years. So the average, the LPA will go up by 10. So if LPA here is 480, this LPA will be 10 more than 480. So this will be equal to 490. That would be the answer of the question, which is option number 2. 490 mm will be the answer of the question. This was the last question, beautiful question based on the concept of average, percentage, everything is there in the set. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Hello everyone, my name is Samir Sultana. Welcome to the channel of Easy Connect. In this video, we are going to discuss a spider web graph based on triangle from CAT 2019 slot 2 paper. So this set was asked in CAT 2019 evening slot. Let's go through the direction. It's an easy set, not difficult at all. And to solve this set, you should know how to read a spider web graph. Just go through the instruction, the first paragraph quickly, and then I will tell you how to approach this set, how to solve this question without making equations, without using any formulas, right? You can straight away answer the questions very easily without making lengthy equations, guys. Question says a large store has only 3 departments: clothing, produce, and electronics. That means there's a store, and that store is selling 3 items: clothes, and produce, and electronics. And the figure, these are the 2 figures which shows the percentage of revenue and cost from the 3 departments. So you can see that this first figure is the revenue figure, and the second figure is a cost figure. And we have the data for 3 years, 2016, 17 and 18. The dotted line depicts the percentage levels. So you can see that we have this dotted line in the form of triangle, which is forming a figure of triangle, right? So these dotted lines depicts the percentage level. And what are those levels? In 2016, 50% of the store revenue come from its electronic departments. Now let's understand it to know how to read the spider web graph. You can see that a value of 10% is mentioned in the innermost triangle. The value of 10% is mentioned in the innermost triangle. That means this small triangle, which is the innermost triangle, is representing the level of 10%. And because it is mentioned in the year 2000, in the year 2016, 50% of the revenue is coming from electronics. This is the direction of electronics, and this level is being represented as 50%. That means the innermost triangle is representing a percentage level of 10%, and the outermost level is representing the is representing the percentage level of 50%. That means when you move from one triangle to another triangle, the level changed by 10%. The level changed by 10%. Here it is 10%, second triangle will represent 20%, third will represent 30%, fourth will represent 40%, and fifth will represent 50%. So if I want to know any percentage level in terms of cost or in terms of revenue, I just have to see the line is cutting which triangle. For example, here you can see if I want to find out the revenue in the year 2018 from produce. If I want to find out the revenue from 2018 from produce, you can see that 2018 is represented by green line, and in the direction of the produce is represented on this vertices. You can see that green line is at the fourth triangle. Now the fourth triangle will represent the percentage level of 40%. So I can say that 40% of the revenue in the year 2018 is coming from produce department. Same is the case for cost also. The innermost triangle is representing 10%, outermost will represent 50%. If I want to find out the cost on cloths in the year 2017, now this is the graph of cost. In the year 2017, the line is orange line, and this is the direction of cloths. Now look in front of the cloth. The orange line is at third triangle. You can see that this is the orange line, and it is at triangle 1, triangle 2 at third triangle. That means in the year 2017, costing on cloth is 30% of the total cost. This is the only purpose of this complete spider web graph to solve this set. There is no other purpose to solve this. You are supposed to know how to take the values in the from this spider graph. Now, once you know how to take the values from it, you can easily solve the set if you just know the basics of cost, profit percentage, and revenue. Okay, let me tell you this small basic over here. Guys, the cost is the money that you are investing in the business. That means the money that has been taken out from the pocket. The money that you are taking out of your pocket to invest in the business, that is your investment, is called as a cost price. And the money that you will be receiving after selling the products of your department store will be called as a revenue that you are generating by selling those products. Now you will be getting the profit if your revenue is more than cost price. For example, if you are investing 80,000 rupees in your business and 120,000 is the revenue that you have generated by selling the items that you are selling in your department store, you see that the profit value here will be 40,000. And if I want to find out the percentage profit, you have to see the profit percentage of 40,000 is what percentage of the cost price. Why it is so? Because it is mentioned over here also, and it is standard that the profit is always counted on the cost price. Here it is mentioned over here also that the profit is computed as revenue minus cost, and the percentage profit, the meaning of the word percentage is a value out of 100. The percentage profit is represented as profit upon cost into 100. So profit as a percentage of cost will be telling us the profit percentage value. So you can also take it like this. If C is my cost price, and if I'm saying that 80% is my profit percentage, then my revenue will be 80% more than this value. 80% more than this value means why? Because I want to earn 80% extra that I have invested. If you get 80%, if you receive back 80% more than what you have invested, only then you will get a profit of 80%. So that means your revenue should be 80% more than the cost price. So revenue should be 1.8 times of C. Why 1.8 times of C? Because your revenue has to be 80% more than the cost price. That means your revenue has to be 180% of C. It has to be 180% of C. That is which is nothing but 1.8. So you can straight away directly write it down in one equation also. Okay, so if I'm saying that your cost price is C and the profit percentage is 100%, that means the revenue, the money that you will be getting after selling your items has to be 100% more than the cost price. 100% more than the cost price means it has to be 200% of the cost price, right? So therefore 200% of the cost price means your revenue should be 2 times of C. If you want to earn a profit of 100%, your revenue should be 100% more than this. 100% more than this means C is the money that you have invested, 100% of C is C, so your revenue should be 2 times of C. These are the basic things that you must have studied in the profit and loss chapter. Even if you do not know, I have just explained the complete basics of this set. Now you can easily solve this set. Now keep on using the information, guys. The first information that we have over here is the percentage profit for the store in 2016 was 100%. Now this is the percentage profit mentioned, and percentage profit connects cost price and revenue. So if I assume that in the year 2016 my cost is 100, let's say the money that you have invested in this department store in the year 2016 is 100, and because the profit percentage is 100%, so can I say revenue will be 200? Only then you will be earning a profit of 100%, right? If you are investing 100 rupees and you are getting back 200, the profit is of 100 over the value of 100, which is 100% profit. Now let's also talk about the year 2017 and year 2018. Use this information, guys. Now the store's revenue doubled from 2016 to 2017. The revenue is getting doubled from 2016 to 2017. So can I say in the year 2017 the value will be 400, the revenue is getting double, and its cost also double from 2016 to 2018. The cost is 100 here and it is getting double in the year 2018. So can I say it will be 200 in the year 2018 and it's getting double. Now we are left with these two values. We do not know the cost price in the year 2017 as the also the revenue in the year 2018. But we have two more information to use to help us getting these two values, and then we can easily answer the questions. There was no profit from the electronic department in the year 2017. When I say this, from the electronic departments, I'm not getting any profit. That means the money that I have invested on the electronic items should be same as the revenue generated from the electronic items. That means if the money that you are investing and the money that you are getting back as revenue are same, that means there is no profit, no loss. Now look at this information, guys. In the year 2017, no profit means look at the year 2017, the revenue in the year 2017 from the electronic departments, you can see, is 30%. So 30% of my revenue, and what is my revenue in the year 2017? It is 400. So 30% of 400 will be equal to 120, and this value of 120 should be same as the cost percentage. Now because there is no profit. Now in the year 2017, from the electronic items, the cost percentage value is given to you as 40%. That means 120 is same as 40% of the cost price that the company is investing in the year 2017. So in the year 2017, the cost will come out to be 300. So we get to know in the year 2017, our cost value is 300. Is it clear now? Now we just need this value and then we will be able to solve this set without making an equation. In the year 2018, the revenue from the clothing department was the same as the cost incurred in the produce department. Use this information now, guys. This will help you in finding the revenue of the year 2018. 2018, the revenue from clothing department. Okay, in the year 2018, the revenue from the clothing department was the same as the cost incurred in the produce department. Let's find out what is the cost incurred in the produce department, because we know that the total money that we are investing in the year 2018 is 200. So look at this complete figure now. In the year 2018, the cost incurred on the produce. This is the graph of the cost. In the year 2018, cost incurred in the produce, you can see that you have to look at the green line, which is 50%. Now 50% of the cost price, this is the total cost price 200, and 50% of 200 will be equal to 100. That means this money is same as the revenue from the clothing department in the year 2018. So this is the revenue, and revenue from clothing department in the year 2018 is 40%. So that means this value of 100 is 40% of the revenue of the year 2018. Okay, this revenue is for the year 2018. This will get cancelled. So revenue, this will cancel it on 25. The revenue will come out with 250. Now we also know the revenue for the year 2018. We now know the cost price as well as the revenue for all of these years, and now and we also know the profit and the money that you are investing and the money that you are generating from this graph in the different years also. Now you can answer any question of this set without using equation. The first question is, what was the percentage profit of the store in the year 2018? The percentage profit of the store in the year 2018, you can see that 200 is your investment, this is your cost price, and 250 is the revenue that you are generating. So your investment is 200, that is the cost price, and 250 is the revenue that you are getting. So your profit percentage would be, this is a profit of 50 over the value of 200. This comes out to be equal to 25%. So 25% will be the answer of the first question. Very, very simple question. No need to make any question. Only the basics of profit percentage will help you to solve this set. And other than this, you just need to know how to read a spider-web graph. What was the profit? What was the ratio of revenue generated from the produce department in 2017 to that in 2018? Okay, we are supposed to find out the ratio of revenue from produce in 2017 and 18. In 2017 and in the year 2018, we know that revenue generated, the revenue generated is 400 and 250. So 400 is the revenue, the total revenue in the year 2017. This is the total revenue, and this is the revenue in the year 2018. 400 and 250, right? And from the produce department, revenue in the produce department, this is the produce department. In the year 2017, you see that orange line is 40% and 18 it is again 40%. So you are earning 40% over here as the profit, right? What was the ratio of revenue generated, right? 40% revenue generated from the produce department in the year 2017. And 40% is the revenue generated from the year 2018. That means these two values are same. So the ratio will depend on these two values. What is the ratio of these two values, right? So basically what you are supposed to find out is the ratio between these two values, right? So this 40 and 40 will automatically get cancelled. So even if you include or not, it will not change your answer. 0 and 0 will get cancelled. 5 into 8, 5 into 5. This is 8 ratio 5. Option D is the answer. Basically, you were supposed to find out the ratio of the revenue only because produce department is having the same percentage revenue generation, right? So D option is the answer of the question. Question number 3 says, what percentage of the total profit for the store in the 2016 was from the electronic departments? We know that in the electronics, in the year 2016, the revenue was 200 and the electronic departments, you see that electronic departments, okay, we have this as electronic departments. The profit, the revenue generated from the electronic department is how much, guys? In the year 2000, okay, in the year 2016, right? Let's read the question again. What percentage of the total profit, okay, we are supposed to find out the what percentage of the total profit for the store in 2016. Let's write down the figures over here. In 2016, the revenue and the cost, let's see that, guys, revenue and the cost. Let's take it from here. In the year 2016, revenue is 200, cost is 100. Okay, let's fill the value over here. Revenue is 200 and the cost is 100. So you can see that the profit percentage is 100%. We are supposed to tell that out of the total profit, the profit value you can see is 100. Out of this profit, what is the contribution of electronics department? Now look at the electronic department's ratio, guys, values. Electronic is contributing in the year 2016 50% of the revenue, and the cost is 30% of the cost, right? Revenue is 50%. Let's fill the value. revenue from electronic is 50%. That means revenue generated by the electronic items is 100 and cost was 30%. That means it was 30 rupees. Now 100 rupees is the revenue generated from the electronic departments. 30 rupees is your money that you have invested, that means your spending, your expenses. The profit is 70. Now 70 is what percentage of the total profit? It is 70%. So the answer to the question is 70%. 70 as a percentage of 100 will be 70%. Or question number 4. What was the approximate difference in the profit percentage of the store in 2017 and 18? In the year 2017, guys, just use this table, this small table that we have made. In 2017, our cost price is 300, right? Our cost price is 300 and our revenue is 400. So the profit is 100 over a value of 300, which is nothing but 1 by 3. And in the year 2000, in the year 2018, the profit is 50 over a value of 200. 200 is your investment, 250 is the profit, which is 1 by 4. So the difference between 1 by 3 and 1 by 4 is of 4 minus 3, that is 1 by 12, and the 1 by 12 is a difference between the percentage profit. In terms of percentage, guys, 1 by 12 in terms of percentage is nothing but 1 by 12 into 100, which is 8.33%. That is option D will be the answer of the question. This set was asked in CAT 2019 evening slot, a very easy set. In the upcoming session, I will be giving the solution of the remaining set of CAT 2019 slot 2. I have discussed, I have put up the videos for all the set of 2019 morning slot. You can check it on the channel of Easy Clinic. There is a complete playlist available where the solution of every set of CAT 2019 morning slot has been discussed. And now we are discussing 2019 slot 2. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel to get updates about the new videos that will be uploaded in the coming days. Thank you so much. Please like and share the video and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel of Easy Ganit. My name is Amish Savana. In this video lesson, we are going to discuss stacked bar graph of CAT 2019 morning slot. A very important DI set, and also this will give you the exact idea what kind of set are generally asked in CAT exam. Look at the first paragraph of the bar graph. This is the instruction part, and it is very important that you go through the instructions carefully. Observe all the components, find out how those components are connected and where you are supposed to pick the data from for that particular component. If you do not read the paragraph, you will never get to know that where you are supposed to get the data from, where you are supposed to look for to get the data of that particular component. Question says, the Ministry of Home Affairs is analyzing crimes committed by foreigners in different states and Union Territory of India. All cases refer to the one registered against foreigners in 2016. Now again, this is the information. You either keep it in mind or just note it down that this set is talking about only for those cases which are registered against foreigners in 2016. The number of cases are classified into 3 categories, and these 3 categories mentioned over here are IPC crimes. The second is SLL crimes, you can see over here, and the third category is other crimes. So these are the 3 categories, other crimes. For 9 state or duties are shown in the figure below. So there's another figure which is mentioned over here in the next slide. It's given here in the next slide. But let's quickly go through the information part first. So this is the bar graph where you're supposed to take the data from. Alright. And it is mentioning about the data of the 9 states or UTs. These 9 belongs to the top 10 state or UTs in terms of the total number of cases registered. So these 9 UTs of state which are mentioned in this bar, in this stacked bar graph, are out of top 10 cities. So out of top 10, 9 is mentioned. That means 1 city is not mentioned in this bar graph. Okay. The remaining state, now as you can see, out of 10, only 9 are mentioned. So the one remaining state is West Bengal, where all the 520 cases registered were SLL crimes. So in West Bengal, all 520 cases belong to the category of SLL. Now you can see the first paragraph is very easy to understand. There is nothing, there is nothing complex that you need to that you need to go through in the first paragraph. It's very simple information. You can easily categorize it and you can understand it in one reading. Okay, now look at this graph. Looking at this bar graph, you can easily see those three categories of crimes are mentioned over here in this code. IPC crime is coded as this blue bar graph, right? SLL crime is represented by the orange graph, and the other crime is coded as this vertical blue lines. All right. So, for example, if I have to study, if I have to find out the number of cases of IPC crime in Delhi, then what you are supposed to do is to find out this case. You are supposed to look for the blue bar graph, right? You are supposed to look for the blue bar graph. So here in Delhi, you can see the number of IPC crime are from 0 to 64, right? See, you can observe the scale. Whenever you are reading the data, it's very important that you observe the scale. On the x-axis, a scale of 10 is given to you. So from one line to second line, there is a scale of 10. A value is getting jumped by 10. So this is 10 value, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and this complete value is 10. So the half of will be near here. So this is slightly less than half. So you can say the IPC crime in Delhi are 64. Similarly, if you want to find out the SLL crimes of Delhi, you can see that this value is 10, this is 10, 20, and this is slightly less than 10. So let's take it 8. This is slightly more than 5. So let's take it 6. So SLL crimes in Delhi are 10 plus 10, 20, 20 plus 8, 28 plus 6, 34. And similarly, you can read the remaining values. You just need to take an idea how to take the values from this bar graph. Okay. The cities are mentioned over here: Delhi, Karnataka, Goa, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Haryana, Kerala, Puducherry, and Telangana. So out of 10 states, guys, only 9 are mentioned. And the last, there's one more state which was West Bengal, and in West Bengal, all 520 cases belongs to SLL category. Okay. Now, once you are done with this information part, let's go to the next slide. There's another slide that you need to read before you go to the questions. Let's understand it also. What does this say? It says the table below shows the rank of the 10 state or UTs mentioned above among all the state UTs of India in terms of the number of cases registered in each of the 3 categories of crime. So here in this table, you are ranking the different states or UTs among different crimes based on the number of cases. And how the ranking is given, it is explained in this line. A state UT is given rank R for a category of crime if there are R-1 states or UTs having a large number of cases registered in that category of crimes. A one particular R rank will be given if there are R-1 state UTs having a large number of cases. For example, let's say Delhi is having the number of IPC crime cases as let's say 10, and if there are 2 more states which are having more than 10, right, then the rank to Delhi will be given as 3, right? So a rank R will be given to a particular country if a particular state or UT if R-1 state or UT is having a large number of cases registered in that category. For example, if 2 states have the same number of cases in a category and exactly 3 other state UTs have large number of cases listed in the same category, then both the states are given rank 4 in that category. Missing the rank in the table are denoted by this sign. Okay. So what does it say is that if you are having 2 states having the same number of registered cases and there are 3 more states which are having more number of cases as compared to those 2 states, then rank number 1, 2, 3 will be given to the 3 states which are above the country that you are talking about. And because those 2 states are having the same number of IPs, same number of crimes, both will be assigned the same rank. Okay. So both state or UTs which are having the same number of cases will be assigned a rank 4, right? Now let's go to the next part, guys.
Okay, so what we are supposed to do now in the question, we are supposed to find out what is the rank of Kerala in the IPC crime category. केरला का आईपीसी क्राइम कैटेगरी में रैंक क्या होगा. It's very very easy set guys, right? You can see that this table is explaining you about the ranking and the sum of the rank have been missed, right? And these are the values that you're supposed to find out mainly to answer all the questions. So the method of ranking has been explained in this bar graph, so you do not have to just go through the you don't have to check the rank of each and every state or UT is mentioned over here. If you understand how the ranking is being given. Okay, now as per the question, what we are supposed to find out, we are supposed to find out the rank of Kerala in the IPC crimes. Okay, now look for the IPC crime. IPC crime is mentioned by this blue color guys, right? IPC crime is mentioned by this blue color. Now if I have to rank the country with the highest number of cases in IPC crime will be ranked 1, right? So we have to find out for Kerala. If you look for Delhi, you can see the bar graph length for Delhi is highest compared to the other state or UTs, right? So obviously the rank 1 will be given to Delhi, right? Delhi will be given the rank 1. And then you see, just look for the length of bar graph. You can solve this set by visualization, right? You have to compare the length of the bar. If the length of the bar is more, that means the number of cases are more. If the number of cases are more, the rank will also be, the first rank will be given to that particular state or UTs. So we can see that if you compare this blue bar graph, the first blue bar graph, the highest length of bar is in the case of Delhi. So Delhi will be given the rank 1. Now after that you can clearly see the second highest length of bar graph is of Goa. So the second rank will be given to Goa. Now, if I have to give the third rank, you see that there is a tie between Karnataka and Maharashtra. Karnataka and Maharashtra both have the same bar graph length. That means rank 3 will be given to Karnataka and Maharashtra both, and the rank 4 will now not be given to any other state, because on rank 3, 2 states are mentioned over here. Now, after giving the rank 3 to Karnataka and Maharashtra, you will have to skip the rank number 4. Now, go to the next bar graph, right? In terms of a length of a bar graph, you can clearly see the blue bar graph of Kerala is more compared to any other state or UTs. But rank number 4 cannot be given to Kerala because we have placed 2 states on the rank number 3. So rank number 5 will be given to Kerala, and this is the answer of the question. That's it. What is the rank of the Kerala in the IPC crime? You say the 5. 5 is the answer of the question, guys. Is it clear? Right? It's very, very easy step based on the basic concept of reading the bar graph and how to assign the rank based on the ascending number of cases. Right? Now look for the second question. We are supposed to tell, in the second case, we are supposed to, in the 2 states where the highest total number of cases are registered, the ratio of the total number of cases in IPC crimes to the total number in SLL crime is closest to. So we are supposed to look for those 2 states which have the highest total number of cases. The highest total number of cases, and then after finding those 2 states which are having the highest total number of cases in total, right? We are supposed to find out the ratio of the total number of cases in IPC crime to the total number in SLL crime. So we are supposed to add the IPC crime, and then we are supposed to add the SLL crimes, and then we are supposed to find out the ratio. Okay. Now looking at the bar graph, you can clearly see which 2 states have the highest total number of cases, guys. Right? Clearly, I can mention Delhi have the highest number of total cases, right? When I'm looking for the total number of cases, when I'm comparing the total number of cases, I have to look for the complete bar graph length. Now Delhi has the highest bar length, right? Adding all these 3. So Delhi will be ranked 1 or 2. Delhi will be ranked 2. The reason is we are missing on this information. Kerala has total number of 520, not Kerala, West Bengal has total number of 520 cases, and all of these cases belong to SLL crimes. So the first rank will be given to West Bengal, right? The first rank will be given to West Bengal, will be having the rank 1, and then the second UT, right, Delhi, will be given the rank 2. So first rank will be given to West Bengal and second rank will be given to Delhi. Now we are supposed to find out the number of IPC crimes and the number of SLL crimes in those two cities, and you are supposed to find out the ratio. If I look for the IPC crime in Delhi as well as in West Bengal, we know that in West Bengal all the cases belong to SLL. So that means zero number of cases are in IPC in West Bengal. And if you look for Delhi, you can see that in the IPC crime the number of cases are 60 plus for 64. So total number of IPC crimes are 64. And if you look for the SLL crimes, now SLL crimes of both of these two cities, right? In West Bengal, all of the cases were, the SLL cases. So in West Bengal, the total number of SLL cases are 520 plus the number of cases, the SLL crimes in Delhi, you can see over here. This is a value of 10, 20, this is 8 and this 6. This is close to 10 plus 10, 20, 28 plus 6, 34. So if you add this value, this comes out to be 554. Now you have to find out the ratio of it. And you're supposed to find out the closest possible value, right? You're not supposed to find out the exact ratio. You're supposed to find out the ratio is closest to which value. Okay. Now 64 upon 554, if you look for this, right? If I take it on 9, 64 into 9, you can see 9 into 4 is 36. 9 into 6 is 54 plus 53. This is 576. Okay. So the remaining option, you can see that if you take the idea of it 64, or you simply see 64 as a percentage of 554, the 10% is 55.4. So 64 is will be near to, you can say, it will be more than 10%, but it will be less than 11%, right? So if I find out 64 as a percentage of 554, it will be more than 10 and around 11%, right? You can say this will be close to 11%. 64 as a percentage of 554 is what you are supposed to find out, and the closest percentage you will see will be equal to 11%. How did I get to this point? That's why this is 11%. Let me explain it to you over here again. See this. I have find out the ratio has to be 64 and 554, right? Now, and this is not coming out with the exact ratio. The values are not cancelling out in proper integral formation. So what you are supposed to do is just find out 64 is what percentage of 554. Now, if you do not want to use the calculator, right? If you want to quickly find it out, you see that 10% of 554 is 55.4. and 1% of 55.4 is 5.554. So if I have to reach 64, you will see that I will get value between 11 and 12, right? So 10% is 55.4, 1% is 5.554. So 64 will be between 11 and 12. And you see this is the only fraction where 1 out of 9 is 11.11%. Rest of the values are not close to 11%. So option 1 is the best option to answer the question, right? So option A is the answer of this question. Going to the next question, question number 3. It says which of the following is definitely true about the ranks of the states of UT in the other crimes category. So we are supposed to find out the rank in the other crimes for Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. Okay, just observe the bar graph, nothing else, right? Look at this bar graph, what we have. If you look for Tamil Nadu and other crimes, in other crimes category, guys, you see, obviously in other crimes, right, which is represented by these vertical bar, right, Delhi will be ranked 1. Now the second highest bar graph of this shade, you can clearly see the second highest bar graph of this shade is Tamil Nadu, right? So Tamil Nadu will be given rank 2 in others. Okay, and if you have to find out the rank of Puducherry, if 2 rank is given to you, after assigning the rank 2 to Tamil Nadu, the highest bar length you can see is coming out to be in the case of Puducherry. So Puducherry will be given the rank 3 in the other crimes, right? It's very easy, right? You just have to look for the length of the bar graph. So rank 2 is given to Tamil Nadu and rank 3 is given to Puducherry, right? What we are supposed to answer? Yeah, Tamil Nadu is given rank 2, this is correct statement. Puducherry is given rank 3, this is correct statement. That means both these statements are correct, and this is what we are supposed to find out, that which of the following is definitely true. So both of these two statements are true, both 1 and 2. So option D will be the answer of the question, guys. This is the answer, right? Option 1 and 2. Going to the next question, guys. What is the sum of the ranks of Delhi in the three categories of crimes? So in all three categories, whatever rank you have given to Delhi, we have to find out the sum of all these three values, right? Look at this bar graph. If you in this you see that IPC in case of IPC crime, the rank given to Delhi is 1, and when we look for the SLL crimes, right, the rank is also 1 in case of other crimes. Now, when you look for SLL crimes, the first rank will be given to West Bengal, because West Bengal is not mentioned in this bar graph. West Bengal have 520 cases of SLL. So, first rank in SLL category will be given to West Bengal. And the second rank will be given to Karnataka. You can obviously see Karnataka bar graph length, orange bar is much more than this, right? Now, if you next you can see, if I have to compare the value here, it is 10, 20, 34. And if you look the value over here in Goa, it is 10, 20, 30, it is close to 33, right? So the next highest possible rank that you can give would be, and Maharashtra and Delhi both are closest to each other, right? This value is also 10, 20, 30, and it is near to 34. So Maharashtra and Delhi will have a tie, and both of them will be given a rank of 3 in the SLL category. So the sum total of the ranks in all three categories will be 1 plus 3 plus 1, that is 5. So the answer to the last question is 5, right? This answer is the sum of the ranks of Delhi in three categories of crimes will be 5. That's it, guys. These were the 4 questions. These were the 4 questions of stacked bar graph asked in CAT 2019 morning slot. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask me your doubts in the comment section of this video, and please subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. This will really encourage us to put some more videos for your exam preparation. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to LRDA Prep. My name is Samir Sardana, and in this video I'm going to cover CAT 2020 Slot 2 set. It's a missing data interpretation, one of the easiest set of CAT. And if you look at the level of difficulty of this set, these are the free marks for you. Set might look lengthy to you while solving it, but actually it's nothing more than addition and subtraction. And these are the kind of set that you should definitely be attempting in the first phase of your DI section. Because there's nothing complex in the statements, and this set is purely addition and subtraction. That's it. No growth concept, no complex calculations, basic addition and subtraction. All you have to do is just interpret the statements properly. That's it. And try to understand the basic structure of the set. Let's have a look at it, what this set is saying. It says that a chain of department store has outlet in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore and Kolkata. The sales are categorized by its 3 departments: apparel, electronic and home decor. So we have 4 stores, 3 departments, and the sales of 18 and 19 are mentioned in this table, and the sum values are missing. So by this point, you should be able to know that to solve the set, I need to find out these missing values. And to find out those missing values, I need to take the help of these statements. If you interpret each of these statements properly and fill this value here, you don't need any extra or spatial knowledge to solve this set, right? Even if you're just starting with a data interpretation, this is a set that you can definitely solve easily. Let's use this information now to solve the set. See that. The first information says the sale amount in the apparel department were the same for Delhi and Kolkata in 2018. So these two values are same. For apparel department, Delhi and Kolkata in 2018 sale is same. So just straight away use this information. The sales amount in apparel departments were the same for Mumbai and Bangalore in 2018. So these two values are also same. Just use this, nothing more, right? Nothing tough. So these sales amount match the sales amount in the apparel department for Delhi in 2019 also. Now that means this value is also Y. The sale amount in the home decor department, were the same for Mumbai and Kolkata in 2018. Mumbai and Kolkata in 2018, the values are same. So let's take these two values also as equal to Z. Okay, right. the sum of the sales amount of the 4 electronic department increased by the same amount as the sum of the sales amount of the 4 apparel departments from 18 to 19. Okay. If I look at the electronic department, if I find out the summation here, 78 plus 82 would be 150. Sorry, 78 plus 2, 180, 280, 80 plus 80, 160, 160 plus 90, 250, 250 plus 80 is 330. So the sale in electronic department in 2018 is 330, right? I'm writing down the total values here. And if I look at 2019, the total is 98 plus 102, 200, 270, 100, 370. You see that increment here is of 40. And as per this statement, it says that the increment here is also 40. Now we'll be using this information later, right? The total sales amount of the 4 home decor department increased by 70 crore from 18 to 19. 18 to 19. You can see that I have the sales of home decor in 2019. 100, 172, 172 plus 80 would be 252. 252 plus 4 is 256. Now I don't know what is the sales in for home decor in 2018, but the increment here is given as 70 crore. So can I say that this value must be 15 minus 7, 8, 186. Only then it can get increased by 70 crore as per this statement here, right? Sorry, this is 100 plus 72, 172 plus 80, 252, 252 plus 4. Yes, this is correct. 252, 170, 252, 252 plus 4 is 306, sorry. This value will be 306, and because the increment is of 70, so can I say that this value is 306, subtract 70 from it, 10 minus 73, this would be 236. That means the total of 2018 sale will be 236 crore. All right. Now, what else we have here? The sale amount in the home decor departments of Delhi and Bangalore each increased by rupees 20 crore. Now you see that the increment here is of 20 crore, so this is 100, subtract 20, this will be 80. Also the increment here is 20, so this would be 60. Now I can easily find out the value of Z. 80 plus 60 would be 140. 140 and plus 2Z would be equal to 236. Now if I use this information, 140 plus 2Z will be 236. You see that the value of 2Z will be equal to 96 and Z will be 48. Now this value is 48, so I can straight away use this information that the value of Z is 48 crore. Just fill in this information, guys. This would be 48 and this is also 48. Now you see that I have the value, all the values in 2018 and 19 for home decor. I have all the values for electronic also. I just need to find out these values to answer all the question. And for that I have these two statements. That's it. Just use these two statements and your set is done. The sale amount in the apparel department of Delhi and Bangalore each increased by the same amount in 19 from 18. Delhi and Bangalore. So see that increment of Delhi in apparel department is same as increment in Bangalore in apparel department. So see that the increment here is of y minus x. So this increment will also be y minus x. So this is why if I want to increase it by y minus x, this value will be 2y minus x, right? In 2019, this value will be 2y minus x. And the sale amount in the apparel department of Mumbai and Kolkata also each increased by the same amount. In Kolkata, I have that increment is 54 minus x. So this will also get increased by 54 minus x. So this is y plus 54 minus x, right? Because the increment for these two departments is same. All done. So I just need to make some equation now in terms of y and x and I'll get my answer. And there's a point here that I'm yet to use. That the increment, total increment from 18 to 19 is of 40 crore. Now just use this information and that's it, you will be able to solve the set. Now 18 to 19 increment is 40. Let's see the sale in 18. X plus y, x plus 2y plus x. 2x plus 2y. In 2018, the sale is 2x plus 2y. That is a total sale of 2018. Let's find out the total sale of 2019. Y plus y, 2y, 2y, y plus y, 2y plus y, 3y, 3y plus x. All right, let's write it down completely. y plus 54 minus x. Y plus 54 minus x. I'm looking at the sale of 2019, guys. 2y minus x plus 54. Yes, plus 2y minus x plus 54. Now, this is sale of 2019. This is sale of 2018. If I add 40 to this value, these two values will be same because in the question it is given that the increment is of 40 crore. Now, see that 2x plus 2y plus 40 will be equal to y plus 2y, that is 4y, minus x is minus 2x plus 108. All right, so 2x plus 2x is 4x, 2y minus 4y would be minus 2y would be equal to 68. So 2x minus y will be 34, and that's the first equation that you need to make. You see that the question is simple addition and subtraction, nothing more than that. Might look difficult, but it's actually nothing more than addition and subtraction. The sale amount in the apparel department of Delhi, Kolkata, and Bangalore in 2019 followed an arithmetic progression. So in 2019, Delhi, Kolkata, and Bangalore. Delhi, its sale is y. Kolkata is 54. Bangalore is 2y minus x. It's making an arithmetic progression. Y 54 and 2y minus x. So first value is y, then you have 54, and then you have 2y minus x, and it's making an arithmetic progression. What is an arithmetic progression? A series where the difference between the consecutive terms are supposed to be same. That means the difference of 54 and y would be same as difference of 2y minus x minus 54. This would be equal to 2y. Now if I take this on this side, 3y minus x will be equal to 108. Or I can say that, okay, this is 2x, right? I got minus x plus 3y is equal to 108. Now, can I solve these two equations? Yes, I just need to multiply this with 3. This will be 6x minus 3y 102. This get cancelled. 5x will be equal to 8 plus 2, 10, 0, 210. So can I say that x will be 42? Now, if the value of x is 42 and if I put here 2 into 42 is 84, y would be 84 minus 34. 2 into 42, 84, 84 minus 34. 4 minus 4, 0. Y will be equal to 50, right? X is 42, y is 50. Now just, sorry. Just use this information, x 42, y 50, and you get all the values. What is x is 42 and y is 50? Let's use it. X is 42 here. So this value will be 42. This is 50. This is also 50. Now 50 minus 42 would be 8. 8 plus 54 would be 62. Now this value will be equal to 62, guys, right? This is 50. 2 into y, 150. 100 minus 42 would be equal to 58. Now this value will be 58, right? X is 42. Now you have all the values and you can answer all the questions. Let's have a look at all these questions also. Is it? Question was not difficult, right? It was quite easy. In home decor department of which cities were the sale amounts the highest in 2018 and 19? In home departments of which cities were the sale amount the highest in 18 and 19? 18 में कितना highest है और 19 में क्या highest है? 18 में you see that 80, 48, 60, 48. The highest is 80 and that is in Delhi. If you look at 19, this is 100, this is 72, this is 80, 50. So you see that in home decor, 18 and 19, Delhi is highest in both years. So answer would be Delhi and Delhi. In 18 also, the Delhi is having the highest value. 19 also, Delhi is having the highest value. First option will be the correct answer. What was the increase in the sale amount in crore rupees in the apparel department of Mumbai from 18 to 19? Mumbai apparel department 18 to 19. Mumbai apparel department 18 to 19 is 15 to 62. That is increment of 12 crore. So the answer would be first option. Among all the 12 departments, that means the 3 departments in each of the 4 cities, What was a maximum percentage increase in the sale amount from 18 to 19? Okay, I'm supposed to find out the maximum increment is happening in which. What is the maximum percentage increments? The total percentage increment from 18 to 19. So look at it, guys. Now, what I need is I need to do the total here, right? 42, 78, and 80. All right, let's create some space here. From 18 to 19, right? In all the 4 departments, in all of 12 departments, right? In all the 4 cities. Let's read the question for again. Just 1 minute. All right, guys. Among all the 12 departments, that means the 3 departments in each of the 4 cities. Okay. 3 departments in each of the 4 cities. What was the maximum percentage increase in sales amount among all the 12 departments? Okay. So where is a maximum what is a maximum increment from 18 to 19? If you look at this whole table, guys, if you look at this whole table, right? I'm supposed to tell what is the highest percentage increment in all these 12 departments in across the 4 cities, right? So do I need to find out all these increments here? No, that will be quite lengthy. Can you take a value here? You see that? You just take any random value here. I can clearly see that 48 to 72, the increment here is 50%. Now I just need to see, do I have an increment which is more than 50%? This is definitely not more, this is definitely not 50. This is also less than 50. This is also less than 50. This is less than 50, less than 50. This is a decrement. This is less than 50. 50 to 58 is definitely not 50% here. This is only 20, increment of 20 on 60, which is 33.33%. I just need to see, is there any value which is more than 50? 48 to make it 50, I need a 72 here, so it's not. 80 में 50 का increment करना था, 120 होना चाहिए. So there's no other value which is more than 50%. So the highest increment would be 50%. That is option number 2 will be the correct answer of the question. What was the total sale amount in crore rupees in 2019 for the chain of department stores? What was the total sale amount in crore rupees in 2019 for the chain of department stores? So I'm supposed to find out total sale of 2019. I just need to add these values, right? Just add the value and you'll get your answer. That's it. It's simple addition, nothing more than that. So this was a set of CAT 2020 slot 2, and you can say it's very, very easy. Guys, this is my Telegram group, Target Cat with Smear, which you can join. The link is given in the description part of the video. You will get access to all of my special classes and videos that I have uploaded on this channel. Subscribe to this channel. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and share it with all of your friends. Also subscribe to the channel and please like it and share it with all of your friends. I'm coming up with this course on 500 must-do quant question. I'm starting this course on 1st of July. This is my referral code for the Plus subscription. If you use my referral code for the Plus subscription, I'll be giving you a mentorship throughout the exam preparation. Whatever help you need for exam preparation, I'll be there to help you, whether it's about strategy on completion of syllabus. I'll help you in completing your syllabus of quant, data interpretation, and logical reasoning, as well as will guide you for your VARC section also. And also I'm running a 250 must do DILR set before CAT. I'm taking a session every day at 4 p.m. on daily basis. You can join this course. These are completely free special classes. I have already taken 79 episodes till now. So today I'll be taking the episode number 80th. You can join this. LRDS Smear Live is my referral code. The links of the compiled link of all these episodes are also available in my Telegram group, which I told you. There's a bumper offer going on for CAT 2020 2021 students. If you go for a 6-month subscription now, you'll get 1 extra month subscription for exam preparation of ZAT, SNAP, IFT. These are the exams which happen 1 month after CAT. So there will be an extension of 1 month of subscription. And in addition to that, you can use my referral code LRDS Smear Live. LRDS Smear Live will give you a 10% off on Plus subscription. Thank you so much for joining the session, watching this video. Please share it and also subscribe to the channel, guys. There are 500 plus videos that I have already uploaded on this channel. Thank you.